Nathan Glades and David Bethune are deep for Missouri Southern, and we've got the ball blown off the tee, so UCO is going to have to come out and hold this one. I did see in the forecast today, John, it looked like there was a little bit of wind that was going to come through this afternoon. Right now it's out of the west at 15 miles an hour, but I think it's going to continue to increase throughout the day.
Yeah, you can look at those flags in the south end zone and see that it's going to be a factor today, and really you can just look down at the field and see the fact that the ball blew off the tee, and it's already a factor. The game hasn't even started yet.
So we'll try this one again as Joseph Kim will step it off to get us underway. Kim, the sophomore out of Lawton, Oklahoma, puts the right foot into it and kicks it in the direction of Bethune, who will take it. No, it lands in front of him. Looked like he lost it in the sun. It bounced right to him, though, at the 4, and he's able to get out near the 20-yard line. Hank Puckett on the special teams tackle for UCO. Fortunate for Bethune that time as he completely lost that one in the sun.
Yeah, unusual play to start the game there, but really good job by UCO special teams of staying with it, and Hank Puckett with the open field tackle. That one looked, once the ball carrier got it, it looked like he was going to be able to get some yardage out of it, but Puckett comes in and stops it just at the 20-yard line, which, as you know, is better field position than had they fair caught it.
Tillman Martin, the quarterback for Missouri Southern, in the shotgun formation here on 1st and 10 from the 20. Martin straight drop to pass, looking left, floats one deep left side, and it is incomplete. Good coverage on the edge that time for UCO. That was Daniel Acquisi in coverage, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Little senior day action for Acquisi, and like you said, very good coverage. Missouri Southern was trying to strike early by going deep, but that one was not going to happen with the coverage that was in place.
That's intended for number 8.
Starting quarterback for Missouri Southern, I mentioned Tillman Martin, Nathan Glades, the running back, Trace Wilhite, the H-back, Isaiah Padello and Draper Parker, the wide receivers, Dimitri Lloyd, the tight end. Glades is behind Martin here on 2nd down. It's a play action. Martin looking to throw. He's pressured. He's hit as he throws, and it falls woefully short of any receiver. Good pressure from the UCO defense. Is on the blitz that time for UCO. That was Bryant Coley who got back into the backfield.
It was a play action, but it looked like the offensive line thought it was a screen the way the pressure got through there. The quarterback was in trouble immediately and just had to get rid of that thing, and good job by the Bronco front 7.
3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Empty backfield for Martin this time on 3rd down. Martin takes the snap, straight drop, looking down the middle of the field, and the pass is overthrown and incomplete. He tried to hit that was Aiden Robinson, the wide receiver that time, who wasn't able to get to it. And so the Broncos force 3 straight incompletions and a 3-and-out. UCO will get the ball back immediately.
Yeah, quarterback just put a little too much on that. Throwing into the wind, you wonder how much that plays into the mental aspect of it. Quarterback maybe tried to throw it a little harder because of that and just out through the coverage. So Broncos with a great job on defense with the 3-and-out to start the game.
Mitchell Corey is the punter. Antoine Gilbreth back to receive. It was a good rush, and the punt was kicked quickly. It goes over Gilbreth's head. It was a good kick, and it's down at the Bronco 31-yard line. So that's a 49-yard punt with no return, and the Broncos will have the ball to start at the 31-yard line. UCO led out by junior quarterback Jed Huff, running back Jalen Cottrell on senior day, wide receivers Ashton Schumann, Christian Valeriano, and Javon Thomas, the tight end Dominique Dunn, and the offensive line, 3 seniors from left to right, Robert Givens, Montrell Lee, Gabe Grazier, Adam Jarina, and Mac Garner. Cottrell straight behind Huff on this 1st down play. Broncos will start from the right hash at their own 31-yard line. Huff takes the shotgun snap, and it's a counter to Cottrell running left. Cottrell's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. In fact, behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. Good defensive play that time for Missouri Southern. Zach Bergman came up to make the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 11.
Yeah, nobody blocked Bergman. They didn't even attempt to put a body on him, which seems like a missed assignment.
This time it's a play action. Huff rolling right, has space to throw. He's looking. Now he's going to tuck it and get what he can to the 33, and he got grabbed by the face mask on the tackle. Bergman is going to be the guilty party, and we're going to hear from our referee for the first time tonight, Brian Stelzer.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty to the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
You could tell Bergman immediately jumped up. Wasn't something he meant to do, but his hand slid across the face mask of Jet Huff, and the Broncos will get a free first down here, as this is going to move the ball all the way up near midfield.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate break for the Lions and a huge break for the Broncos, who really didn't have much offensive production on the first 2 plays there, but suddenly the ball is near midfield and it's first down.
First and 10 Broncos from their own 48. Huff moves over to the left, so the direct snap goes to Cottrell, who will run it left. Cottrell to midfield. Cottrell to the 45, still on his feet, 40, and he's banged down all the way at the Missouri Southern 38-yard line. Huff and Cottrell both slid left, and the direct snap went to Jalen, who took it for a first down and 14 yards.
Really good job by Cottrell of keeping his feet after getting hit there. That's how the senior running back has been so good for the Broncos.
Empty backfield against a blitz, as Huff will throw downfield to Dominique Dunn, who makes the catch on the in route to the 30-yard line for an 8-yard gain. First completion of the game for Jet Huff. It'll be 2nd and 2.
It's nice to see Jet Huff complete the pass on the first throw of the game. That just gives the quarterback confidence early on, and the Broncos execute there.
Huff this time hands to Mason, who pitches it to Schumann on a reverse, going right to the 30, to the 25, has blockers out in front, does a good job following him as he weaves his way all the way down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, he did a real good job of getting behind his blockers. That was Dominic Dunn out on the edge, as well as Matt Garner, and want to give them credit because they did a really good job blocking, even put some Lions on the turf there.
First and 10 for the Broncos on their first drive of the game at the Missouri Southern 14. Now direct snap comes to Mason, who runs left. Mason looking to get outside, and he's not going to do so. He only gets to the 16-yard line. Broncos fooled the Lions on the first time on that play, but this time Kason Messenger comes up and makes a tackle for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the defense and you recognize that the Broncos have shifted into the Wildcat, there's not a whole lot of trickery that the Broncos have done out of that this year. It's been pretty straightforward. Whoever gets the snap is going to run right or left, and that time they caught Mason.
Dev Matthews in the game now. He'll go in motion out of the backfield. He'll catch a pass in the flat right side. Matthews looking to get to the edge. Broncos got away with a hold on the edge that time. No flag comes in, and Matthews is able to get down to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, Broncos fortunate. That's one of those that the officials usually call when it's out on the edge of the field. It's very clear. The receiver got his hands on the outside of the shoulder pads of the defender, and there was jersey being pulled away from the body of the defender. So Missouri Southern got to be pretty frustrated that flag didn't come out. But, you know, Todd, we just don't see a lot of holding calls in the MIAA.
6-yard gain from the 10. Huff throws it in the flat to Matthews. Matthews looking to get to the 5. He's got the first down. Oh, he's going to be close. He got pulled back. They're going to move the chains. He needed to get to the 4, and that's exactly where he got to. And then he got yanked backwards, but not before he got the 6 yards he needed. So first and goal for the Broncos. 11:15 and ticking to go first quarter, and UCO's knocking on the door.
Yeah, Matthews looked like he was kind of a safety valve last option on that, but he was so wide open from the get-go. Huff just got him the ball and let him go to work.
Huff has Mason in the backfield with him. Broncos have brought in a couple extra tight ends. Zane Zelny in the game along with Dominique Dunn. Snap comes back to Huff, who hands to Mason, running left. Mason gets to the 3. He carries a tackler to the 2, so he gets half of it on first down. It was Bergman on the tackle again.
And this is one of those situations, Todd, where if you're the offensive line, I mean, you have basically 2 plays here to get the ball in the end zone, and you just got to have some pride and force your team into the paint.
This time it's a counter play, and Mason finds the seam, and he falls over the goal line into the end zone for the 2-yard touchdown run. So the Broncos, with a nice drive to start this game, go right down the field and take the lead 6-0, and Joseph Kim will come on for the extra point.
So a 3-and-out to start the game for the UCO defense, and then the Broncos offense takes the ball all the way down the field and puts it in the end zone. You really couldn't ask for a better start here on senior day, a beautiful senior day here in Edmond.
9 plays, 65 yards on the touchdown drive that took 4 minutes and 6 seconds off the clock. Draven Gragg will snap it back to Jet Huff, who will put it on the turf. Joseph Kim will kick it through the uprights. And with 10:22 to go in the first quarter, it's UCO 7, Missouri Southern 0. This is UCO.
And play some good defense here.
Jet Huff 3 for 3, 20 yards on that drive as well. This time the ball will stay on the tee, and Kim will kick this one off. Glades will take it at the goal line and return it. Up the left hash to the 10, to the 15, and he fights his way across the 20. They're going to mark him at the 20, but again, the Broncos stop him short of the 25-yard line, so good job by the kick coverage team for UCO.
Yeah, there were about 4 Broncos that kind of formed a wall around the ball carrier there. He had nowhere to go, so he just put his head down and tried to go through them, get what he could, and get down. But again, if you're stopping the kick return team short of the 25-yard line, you're winning from a statistical standpoint. And this will be the second drive of the game for the Lions, and the second one they've started at the 20.
Martin will start in the shotgun formation. Martin on first down will hand off and running to the left out across the 20 to the 23-yard line. First carry of the game for Victor Chianuma. And he's tackled by Johnny Wilson, one of the seniors today for the Broncos, after a gain of 3.
Hey, if you're not familiar with our broadcast here at UCO, we take emails in the booth during the game, and we're happy to give you a shout out wherever you're listening from. Even if you're a Missouri Southern fan, we want to hear from you. Let us know where you're listening from, who you're rooting for. UCOradio@gmail.com.
Second down and 7 from the 23. Martin throws one in the flat right side, quick pass, and a nice run after the catch out across the 30-yard line for the first down. That one was caught by Aiden Robinson, who's able to gain 9 yards from the 23 to the 32. It'll be 1st and 10.
First down, Lions.
Just a little quick screen to the edge that time. Had the numbers.
Just a little bit of space out there, like you said, kind of a mismatch numbers-wise, and the Lions are able to get their first down of the game.
Martin on 1st and 10 from his own 32 sends Robinson in motion this time. Play action, throwing over the middle, passes high and incomplete. Good coverage for the Broncos. Willie Rice, one of the 2 there for UCO. It'll be 2nd down and 10. We've met the Broncos offense. Let's meet the UCO defense today. Johnny Wilson, Braden Smith, Zach Stillwell, the starters up front. Linebackers Reese Roller, Jack Puckett, Connor Johnson. Cornerbacks, both seniors, Willie Rice and Daniel Acquisi, and then safeties Bryant Coley, David Williams, and Abner Dubar for UCO. 2nd and 10 for Missouri Southern from their own 32. Martin takes the shotgun snap and looks left. Pumps, now throws left side. Passes high and incomplete. Acquisi comes in and knocks that one down from behind. Good coverage behind the taller Hudson Rodich, who was the intended receiver that time.
I mean, if my scouting report early in the game is accurate, I want to see Missouri Southern throw the ball. I mean, I don't think I've seen Martin hit a receiver yet with a good pass, except maybe the first one of the game, which was well covered by Acquisi down the sideline. And Acquisi, good coverage there again, but like you mentioned, the receiver had to go up high to try and get it.
3rd and 10, the Broncos have Hudson, Dunn, and Wilson out there trying to get at the quarterback. UCO showing blitz as well. Broncos continue to show the blitz, and we've got a stoppage before the play.
Timeout.
Missouri Southern's going to take
first charge of the half.
A timeout to avoid the delay of game penalty. We will take that time and looking to force a punt here for Missouri Southern. It's a 3rd down and 10 for the Lions out of the timeout from their own 32. Missouri Southern will need to move the ball to the 42 here to move the chains, or they're going to have to punt it for a 2nd straight possession to start the game. Martin sends a receiver in motion. Broncos bring 3 as Martin drops to throw. He throws it left side, has a man open. It's a 1st down across the 45 out near midfield.
This one's coming back.
Tackle to the 49, that's Robinson.
That receiver that went in motion moved towards the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped, Canadian football style. I think this is going to be an illegal procedure on the Lions.
Illegal shift, maybe?
Illegal motion. Number 4, offense. Moving forward at snap. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
We should just give you the referee microphone. You knew exactly what that was going to be.
Todd, I've felt that way for a lot of years watching college football. I
think a lot of fans feel that way too, right? Just give me the referee microphone.
Bronco fans, make some noise.
This is a good crew today, the MIAA crew we have today. Referee Brian Stelzer, umpire Luke Shawhan, head linesman Daniel Funk, Garrett Anderson, the side judge, Jake Pollard, the line judge, Chris Dink, the field judge, Colton Hartline, the back judge, and Michael Edwards, the center judge today. Martin, shotgun snap on 3rd and 15 now. He's pressured, he rolls left, he floats one deep left side to nobody in particular and out of bounds and incomplete. So the Broncos get that penalty on 3rd down that bails them out after giving up the 13-yard completion, and instead it's going to be a punt team situation here for Missouri Southern, as we will see Michael Corey come on the field for the 2nd time today to kick it away. We saw Gilbreth misjudge that last one, John. The wind has picked up just since we started this game, and it's blowing more straight out of the north now.
It is. I mean, the flags are facing a completely different direction. Yeah. We do have a cold front blowing in today.
This is a good kick. Gilbreth is going to go back and receive it at the 25. It's returnable. Gilbreth to the 30, bouncing outside 35. Nice return up to the 38-yard line for Antoine Gilbreth. Well, the first part of that with this wind is catching the ball. We do have a couple flags down way back at the 35 near the line of scrimmage. This may be an early hold on this kick.
Yeah, I think it probably will be as they sort it out. But yeah, we're supposed to be, in the 70s today, and I think tomorrow the high here is 48. So definite weather changes coming, and this wind shift may be the first part of that we're seeing.
During the kick, holding, number 10, return team. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. 1st down, Central Oklahoma.
You can hear the wind in our referee microphone there, whipping around. So the Broncos will get this possession after the penalty. It'll start all the way back at their own 23-yard line. And we'll see this UCO offense, which went 69 yards in 10 plays in the opening drive, to take a 7-0 lead back on the field.
On their own 23-yard line.
Actually, correction. The penalty was marked off from the 23. That seems more correct because Gilbreth caught the punt at the 23, so it'll be marked off 10 yards from there. So it really, truthfully, John, is about a 25-yard penalty because he returned it out to the 38.
So it's not from where 10 yards from where you return it. It's 10 yards from where you caught the ball.
Correct.
I don't like that rule. At least not right now.
1st down from their own 13 for the Broncos. Cottrell will move back behind center, and again, Cottrell will take the snap. He's going to keep it right side, and he's going to be tackled all the way back at the 10-yard line. That was Kason Messenger, who again makes a play on that direct snap. It'll be a loss of 3, and it'll be 2nd and 13.
Somebody needs to block the Messenger, as he was not accounted for at all off the right side of that Missouri Southern defensive front.
Huff now will look and throw right side to Javon Thomas in the flat, and Thomas is going to get wrestled out of bounds after only a couple yards to the 12. Good tackle out on the edge that time for Missouri Southern's Mason Rumsey. It'll be a 3rd down and 11 for UCO as the Broncos will go empty backfield, looking to go quick. Huff has Dunn, Schumann, and Christian Valeriano split out wide left, and Thomas and Jalen Cottrell split out wide to the right. Missouri Southern showing a blitz here. They're going to bring 4 as Cottrell steps up, throws over the middle. Huff to Cottrell. Cottrell has it at the 15. He's only able to get up to the 16. So Huff's pass to Jalen Cottrell only gets 4 yards, and the Broncos will go 3 and out and have to punt it right back. And what looked like a good start to the drive after a nice punt return. You have the penalty on the punt return and then a 3 and out, and UCO will punt into this win now as Davis Barr will step into punt formation.
Yeah, it's kind of a contagious thing. You get that penalty and then, it's like dominoes fall and things don't go right. And now the Broncos, who had the wind at their back when this quarter started, are now punting into a stiff wind.
Barr will take the snap. Barr's kick is away. It's a high, wobbly kick. Robinson will take it. It's returnable at midfield. He's got a big return on here, all the way inside the 30 and knocked out of bounds by Chris Fitzpatrick at the 26-yard line. But that's a 24-yard return for Robinson, and there's a timeout on the field. It'll be 1st and 10 Missouri Southern at the Bronco 26 when we resume play. 6:22 to go in the first quarter. UCO up 7-0. This is UCO Bronco. Welcome back to Chad Richardson Stadium. 1st and 10 Missouri Southern at the Bronco 26. As Martin will hand it to Glades running left. Glades not much room as Jack Puckett gets there in the backfield. He's able to work for a yard to the 26 before Puckett can finally get him to the turf. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, just a good job by that defensive front there, led by Puckett, like you said, but there was nowhere to run for the Lions on that play. As if they'd have turned away from Puckett, he would have run into some other UCO defenders. So just good penetration there by the Broncos.
2nd down and 9 at the Bronco 25. Martin throws it in the flat right side. Pass is caught. Not much there after the pass, though, as David Williams makes the tackle in the flat that time. As Draper Parker made the grab, and he's only able to get a yard.
But on the bright side for Draper Parker, David Williams didn't get a running start to hit him.
That is true. Yeah, Williams is a big hitter out on the edge for the Broncos. It's going to be 3rd down and officially 8 from the 24. It's more like a 3rd and 9 from the 25 here as the ball's just across the 25-yard line. Need to get the 16 here, do the Lions. Martin throwing right side. His pass for Parker is high and incomplete. Good coverage for UCO as Braden Waters was there, senior out of Arlington, Texas. Now it's 4th down and a 3-and-out field goal attempt. You don't see those very often, but the Lions have one here after that good punt return.
Well, and just a really good job by the Broncos coming in, backs against the wall in terms of field position after that punt return, and forcing Missouri Southern to punt or to kick a field goal, attempt a field goal after really no yards gained.
Asher Huffman, left-footed freshman kicker here. 42 yards, wind at his back. Broncos got a good rush on that one, but Huffman knocks that one straight through. And Missouri Southern has their first points of the game. Timeout on the field, 7-3, UCO on top, 5:03 to go first quarter. This is UCO Bronco football.
Set to kick off for the Lions. Back deep for the Broncos. Number 6, Dev Matthews. Number 22, William Mason.
Welcome back to Chad Richardson Stadium. 7-3 our score. UCO leads Missouri Southern. Missouri Southern 4 plays, 1 yard on the field goal drive.
Doesn't help the average per play, but it certainly helps UCO's defense.
And to be fair, it was all set up by that really good punt return by Aiden Robinson, the junior out of St. Louis, Missouri. Returned a punt that he took at midfield all the way down to the Bronco 26. And Asher Huffman with a 42-yard field goal, and UCO's lead is 7-3 as Huffman now with the wind at his back will boot this one through the end zone, and the Broncos will start at the 25-yard line. We haven't yet met the starters for Missouri State defense, and let's do that, or Missouri Southern defense, I should say, and let's do that now. The left end is Hayden Sink, the right end Kason Messenger, the tackles in the middle Keelan Mitchell and Andrew Portillo, linebackers Colton Bass and Zach Bergman, and the cornerbacks Nigel Vaughn, RJ Hill, safety Sean Smith, Diego Oliver, and Peyton McKee. Broncos went 69 yards for a touchdown on the opening drive of the game, and on their second drive went 3 and out. And they start this one from their own 25. Huff has Dev Matthews in the backfield. It's a play action. Huff rolling right, pressured, throws on the run, finds Schumann for a first down grab. He takes a big hit, but he hangs on to the ball at the 37-yard line. It's a 12-yard gain on the play. Big hit delivered that time by Diego Oliver. But a first down for the Broncos.
Really good job by Schumann hanging on to that ball. I can assure you that if I had the athleticism to catch that, I would have dropped it.
Huff is going to flip one underneath, and that's an incomplete pass. They tried to get a little shovel pass underneath to Schumann, and just too much penetration in the middle of the offensive line that time. Good job by Missouri Southern defensively.
Yeah, just no excuse for having that much traffic in the backfield for a play like that that's developing that quickly. And you've already got that many Lion defenders back there. That's just not a good job by the fellas up front.
2nd down and 10 from the 37. Huff, 2 receivers each side. Play action, looking to throw, has all day, floats one deep, and it's caught. Great grab by Hagen Hacker. The wind held that one up a little bit as Hacker had a step on the defender, and Hacker had to go up and catch it at the 31 in Missouri Southern territory. 32 yards on the passing catch.
Yeah, Hacker should sub himself out as he is. He's a little slow to get up.
I get the wind knocked out of him.
I mean, just falling like he did, I think he'll be okay, but probably a liability to remain on the field for the next play. So let him get his rest. He deserves it after that catch.
4 receivers for the Broncos, 3 right side on this first down play from Missouri Southern 31, and we've got a flag before the play and a false start on the Broncos here.
Full start, number 76, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
We got some emails coming into the booth, and we'll get to all of them as we can. Want to say hi to our guy, Kevin Romine, who emailed us here from inside the stadium. He sits just below the press box and always likes to communicate with us, and we're glad he does. He's a true Bronco fan. UCOradio@gmail.com.
From the 36-yard line now, 1st and 15. Handoff Mason running left, and not much there. Gets about a yard to the 35. And on the tackle for Missouri Southern was Sean Smith along with Andrew Portillo, and it'll be 2nd and 14.
Just a lot of congestion there. Listen, Missouri Southern in spurts has shown some ability up front with their front 7 of clogging up lanes, getting pressure in the backfield on the quarterback and the running back.
Huff looking to throw on 2nd down over the middle. Schumann makes another catch in traffic, and he takes a hit and falls forward to the 25. So that's a nice completion of 10 yards. So after 2nd and 14, it's now 3rd and 4 for the Broncos.
And that play looks routine, and it's just for a few yards. It doesn't, but that's a tough play to make. That was a dart that Jet threw in there, and for Schumann to make that catch, not an easy play.
Blitz coming, pass out to Schumann on the edge, right side. Broncos had a numbers advantage there. Schumann gets the first down to the 19. That was actually a good open field tackle by Damari Green to keep it from being more, but the Broncos have a first down. 6-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, just a good job. Jet recognizing that quickly, getting the ball to Schumann. Schumann makes a few moves, extends the ball out for a little extra yardage as he's being tackled, and the Broncos are in the red zone.
1st and 10 Broncos. They'll mark this at the 20. Huff throws it back on a screen to Cottrell, left side. Cottrell has blockers, 15, 10. It's going to be a 1st and goal as Cottrell's brought down at the 6-yard line. Good job by the offensive lineman who got out in front of him there on that perfectly executed screen.
A familiar name's emailed us. Your sister Meg from South Korea, where she teaches. She's reached out. It's early morning there. UCOradio@gmail.com.
Here's a handoff by Huff to Cottrell. Cottrell did a great job getting away from the first man in the backfield, but he's still going to lose all the way back to the 11-yard line. That's a 5-yard loss on the play. Messenger is just all over the place early on. He's the one that got in the backfield first, and Portillo made the tackle.
Yeah, like I said a couple plays ago, like they've shown some ability up front, and they show it. The line's demonstrated again there by making a stop in the backfield on a running play. As an offensive lineman, you take a lot of pride in that not happening, and that's happened a couple times to the Broncos today. 2nd
and goal from the 11 after that 5-yard loss. Huff hands to Matthews right up the middle, and Matthews is going to lose another yard or two as well. He's going to lose a yard back to the 12, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 12 for UCO.
Tackle made by number 30.
Yeah, just kind of ran into the backs of his blockers there, which means that Missouri Southern is winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. Whether they're getting through and making the tackle or whether they're just clogging up the holes, that's a win for their defense.
45 seconds to go in this first quarter. Broncos going into the wind here. Have a 3rd down and goal from the 12. 10 on the play clock. Huff takes the snap, throws it right side to Schumann. Schumann looking to get underneath at the 5. He gets to the 3, and it's going to be 4th down from the 3. It's a 20-yard field goal here. The Broncos will probably kick it, but my guess is they'll wait until the end of the quarter because the wind would be at their back if they're going the other direction.
Yeah, they definitely are standing around waiting for a play to come in, and a play is not coming in, but neither is Joseph Kim. So like you said, they're going to let this clock wind down and get to the end of the quarter and then kick this thing with the advantage.
So that will take us to the end of quarter number 1. Broncos lead after 15 minutes, 7-3 our score. This is UCO Bronco football. 4th down on the first play of the second quarter.
Yeah, it was funny. During the timeout, Doral ran down the sideline and looked at where the ball was spotted, almost as if, he needed to see what, 3 yards looks like with his own eyes before making the decision. But a big one here early in the game.
Huff has Mason to his right. It's a handoff to Mason, running left. Mason gets to the 2, and he's pulled backwards. He didn't get it. He only got a yard. He might not have even gotten that. And it's a turnover on downs for the Broncos, and Missouri Southern will start at their own 3-yard line. So UCO gets stopped near the goal line. Good goal line stand for the Lions. And with 7 ticks off the clock in the second quarter, the Lions get the ball back.
A little skirmish after the play, too, as the two teams need to be separated by the officials. But, I mean, listen, if you're frustrated and you're getting in a skirmish, you're probably not doing your job. Make some blocks and push that ball 3 yards forward. That's all the Broncos needed to get. And that just comes down to your offensive line versus their defensive front. And Missouri Southern won that battle.
Broncos 12 running plays, only 27 yards on the ground. So Martin will start in his end zone as he takes this shotgun snap. Hands it off right up the middle. And a short run that time. That is first carry of the game for Messiah Smith, and Zach Stillwell is able to get him after only 2 yards out to the 5.
Yeah, Stillwell did a really good job getting off his block right there and wrapping the ball carrier up. Stillwell, a junior out of UConn, 6'3", 265-pounder, and a name we've said for a while here on the broadcast because his older brother was a good offensive lineman for the Broncos as well.
2nd down and 8 from the 5 here for Missouri Southern. Lions will be going into the wind here in the second quarter. Martin, this time play action, looking to throw, pressured. He gets away from a tackler at the goal line, but he's brought down at about the 2. Jack Puckett nearly had him for a safety. But I think it was Chris Fitzpatrick and Wesley Hudson that got there.
Well, Martin's intention was to throw the ball to the running back out of the backfield, and he was so well covered out in the flat, he had nobody to go to. And then he just tried to improvise, but by the time he did, the defense had closed in on him.
This would be a big stop for the Bronco defense because Missouri Southern would have to punt this one into the wind. It's 3rd down and 11 from the 2. Lions need to get this out to the 13. Martin looking, throwing, pass tipped and incomplete. Braden Waters in great coverage, got his right mid up and knocked it down. And it's 4th down, and the Broncos defense comes up big and forces a 3 and out. And that's one of the things you bank on, John, when you're a coach and you go for it.
Well, I was just
if you don't get it, you trust your defense.
Yeah, that's probably, I mean, Dora looked at this field position and probably thought, hey, the way our defense has been playing, if we don't get it, maybe we'll make something happen on defense. Maybe we'll score 2 points on defense. The Broncos came very close on 2nd down. But listen, Missouri Southern hasn't completed a pass down the field yet today. They've completed one, I think, in the flat, a little, out on the edge, but really no success with their passing game today.
Short punt here from Corey, and this one's going to go out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. That one came off the side of his foot. It's a 21-yard punt, and the Broncos are going to take over at the Missouri Southern 23-yard line. To your point, John, in this first quarter and a minute and a half here, Tillman Martin 2 for 10 passing for 9 yards in this game for Missouri Southern.
Yeah, and one of those I think was behind the line of scrimmage, and one of them was just out in the flat. So nothing down the field, and nothing that's even really been that close. Probably that last pass was one of the closer attempts he's had, but the Broncos have covered their receivers so well that it just hasn't given them the opportunity to make those completions. So you force Missouri Southern into a passing down, it looks like you've got good odds so far today if you're the Broncos.
Good field position here at the plus 23 for UCO. Huff will hand to Mason. Mason running right, gets by the first tackler, but can't get by the second wave. He's only able to get a couple yards to the 21 as Briar McIntyre comes in on the tackle for Missouri Southern.
Yeah, they pulled Montrell Lee out, the All-American guard. He had a nice lead block there, but just weren't able to get past the second level.
Now Huff looking to throw, steps left, back up into the pocket, throws complete to Dunn inside the 10-yard line. The senior tight end, Dominique Dunn, has his first grab of the game, and he's going to get to the 9-yard line for a 1st and goal.
Hey, Levi emailed us and wanted to give a shout out to the Oklahoma Christian School 6th grade football team. So shout out to them. Good luck with your season. I'm sure it's well underway, maybe getting close to over, but they emailed us here at ucoradio@gmail.com.
By the way, that's Dunn's 2nd grab of the day. It's a 1st and goal. Is handoff to Mason running left. We're going to have a hold this time in the interior as that flag comes flying in as Mason keeps it down to the 5.
39 McIntyre. Penalty markers down.
We don't see these holds on running plays very often in the middle of the field, so this one must have been a pretty obvious one.
Holding, number 52, offense. 10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Listen, in this conference, the thing, when you see a flag come out in that part of the field, the thing you worry about is a high-low chop block, and so because we do see those a decent amount, but fortunately for the Broncos, it was just a hold, and they'll just back that thing up to about the 19-yard line and try again.
So the Broncos had 1st and goal from the 6 last possession and lost 5 yards back to the 11.
1st down.
And now they had 1st and goal at the 9, and now after the penalty, it's 1st and goal again from the 19. Matthews is the running back behind Jet Huff. Huff hands to Matthews on the counter. Matthews, not much there. He's going to get a yard, maybe not even that. Off a left tackle. Missouri Southern is just selling out against the run in the middle of that Bronco offense. You kind of wonder if the Broncos might try to hit them underneath with some screen action. We saw the one screen worked earlier. 2nd down and goal from the 18. Huff pumps right, throws, end zone, has Hacker. Did he make the grab? He did! Hagen Hacker with a diving catch between the C and the H in Broncos, and UCO can double the lead, or excuse me, make the lead 11 with an extra point here from Joseph Kim. It's 13-3 Broncos.
Well, you talked about the screen right before that, and the Broncos sort of went that direction as Jet Huff faked the pass. You'll see on the replay right here, Jet faked the pass to the receiver in the flat, and there was nobody covering Hacker in the end zone as the Broncos put 6 on the board.
Yeah, and you can see Missouri Southern's defensive backs that time talking. I think it was just a miscommunication in coverage. Joseph Kim will come on for the extra point. Jet Huff will hold it. Kim's kick is away, and the kick is good. 11:39 to go in the 1st half. Broncos lead 14-3. This is UCO Bronco football.
In the 2nd quarter, the Lions 3, your Broncos 14.
A good kick on this one with the wind at his back. Again, that touchdown drive, 5 plays, 23 yards. A touchdown, 18 yards from Jet Huff to Hagen Hacker. Todd Lisenby along with John Fitzgerald here with you at Chad Richardson Stadium. Kim boots this one as we expected through the end zone, and Missouri Southern will start at the 25-yard line. Other games in the conference today. How about this one, John? 8.5 minutes to go, 1st half. Central Mo and Pitt State tied at 7 in Warrensburg. Bit of a surprise there. Emporia State leads Washburn 14-3. That game just underway 2nd quarter. Here's another one. It's very early still, but halfway through the 1st quarter, Mo West, who we will travel to play next week at St. Joe for UCO. Mo West leads Northwest Missouri State 7-3. Maybe look-ahead games for both Northwest Missouri State and Pitt State, who play each other next week in Kansas City. On 1st down from the 25, Missouri Southern's Tillman Martin will hand this one off right up the middle to Glades, who squirts forward with a quick run right up the gut for 7 yards to the 32.
Yeah, that was kind of the most daylight that a ball carrier from Missouri Southern has seen all day today. A good hole opened up by the offensive line there for the Lions, and nice gain there on 1st down.
Tillman Martin, the Lions' freshman quarterback, has not been very good through the air today. Broncos have done a good job of keeping him in check, just 2 for 10 passing. 2nd down and 3 here after that good run. It's another handoff to Glades running left. He bounces this one back right, lowers his head to get the 1st down. Out across the 35 to the 36. Chris Fitzpatrick makes the tackle for UCO, but Glades with 2 runs moves the chains for the Lions.
Yeah, not a huge gain there on 2nd down, but they didn't need a huge gain to move the sticks. And Missouri Southern State Lions get a rare occurrence here so far to Dan Edmond, which is a 1st down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Glades still in the game to the right of Tillman Martin. Low snap, Martin handles it, play action. Martin looking to throw, pressured by Johnny Wilson, floats one downfield that's incomplete. Wilson hit Martin low. I think he kind of got blocked into the ground. That's why he took his legs out, but we see what Johnny Wilson can do on the pressure around the edge that time.
Yeah, he did a good job just kind of forcing the offensive tackle back towards the quarterback, and like you said, a low hit, nothing malicious, just kind of got blocked down there. You're glad to see Martin hop back up after something like that, and if you're a Bronco fan, you're glad to see that he didn't complete the pass as well.
Martin now 2 for 11 through the air. Man in motion this time as it's a handoff. Glades right up the middle, and Glades with a nice run to the 40-yard line, 4 yards on the carry. Connor Johnson in on the tackle for UCO, along with Braden Smith, and it'll be 3rd down and 6 from the 40 here for Missouri Southern.
Senior day for Connor Johnson. That's a player that the Broncos are going to miss next year. He's been super athletic defensive player for the Broncos in his career. Blocked punts in his career. Just been a real asset to this UCO defense.
3rd and 6 from the 40. Lions need to get to the 46. Martin pressured on the rush, floats it in the flats to Glades, who was the open man as the check down. He makes Connor Johnson miss at midfield. He's able to get all the way down to the 35-yard line in UCO territory. So Glades with a nice catch out of the flat and a good broken tackle.
Well, sometimes you gamble and lose, Todd, and that time the Broncos blitzed the guy that was covering the receiver, and they didn't get to the quarterback in time. He was able to hit the receiver. Again, not a big pass downfield, just something that's kind of out to the side of the field, but they make the Broncos pay with big yards after catch.
25 yards on that catch by Glades. Glades now with a nice run up the middle. He's going to get nearly another 1st down on this run. He runs for 9 yards off a right guard to the Bronco 26.
Jeff Slayton emailed us here in the booth from Navarre, Florida. Jeff is a former deep snapper here for the Broncos in the 1990s, played on some very good teams, and he listens and watches every week, and we're glad he does. UCOradio@gmail.com.
So 2nd and 1 here for Missouri Southern at the Bronco 26-yard line. This is a good drive for the Lions. Started back at the 25. Martin, fumble, ball's loose on the ground. Martin tried to pick it up. It's still loose, and the Broncos get it. I believe it's Jack Puckett that got on top of it for UCO.
Puckett definitely fell on it. He fell.
Oh, they're going to say, Missouri Southern got it back.
What happened is Puckett, when he fell on the ball, he rolled to his back, and so the ball was facing up, and then another Missouri Southern player jumped on top of him and probably either A, wrestled it away, or there was mutual possession and they decided to give it to the offense. But Puckett definitely recovered that fumble and was down on the ground with it. You almost want to challenge this because UCO recovered that ball, but the way that he fell on the ground, it lent itself to Missouri Southern being able to jump on and either steal it or make it look like he didn't recover.
There will be no challenge here. It's going to be 3rd down from the 31-yard line. There's a throw in the flat to Glades. Glades looking to get away from Reese Roller, and he cannot. Roller wrestles him down for a loss all the way back at the 38-yard line. 39, actually. That's a loss of 7. And now Missouri Southern's out of field goal range. The Lions are going to have to punt this one away.
Yeah, you would have liked to recover it there, but still no harm, no foul in terms of scoring. Someone that would have really liked Hank Puckett to get credited with that fumble recovery is his aunt, Marna Drury, who emails us here in the booth from West Virginia and shouts out Hank and, of course, his brother Jack, who's also a linebacker for the Broncos. Marna, we're glad you reached out. UCOradio@gmail.com.
So Corey will punt this one away. His last one into the wind was 21 yards. This one much better. This one is dangerous inside the 5, and it's going to be down to the 1-yard line. That was perfectly executed by Missouri Southern. Nothing the UCO return man Antoine Gilbreth could do either. As Adam Dorrell's asking why it's not a touchback. Thought the ball maybe went over the end zone, but the Broncos here are going to have to deal with the back end of the football on the end line.
You say the 1-yard line. It is on the, it's literally on the goal line, it looks like. Like the nose of the football is on the goal line. That's a crazy spot. I don't think I've ever seen a ball spotted that close to the goal line before.
Well, not going out. Going in, you always see that. They love spotting it just short going in.
Yeah, but going in, yeah, exactly. But give credit to Missouri Southern for getting down there and making a special teams play and forcing UCO into this situation where they're going to have to go 99.9 yards if they want to get a touchdown.
Dominique Dunn in at fullback. Mason is the tailback behind Dunn. Jed Huff in the shotgun, takes the snap and hands to Mason, running right. Mason out across the goal line to the 5, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, and out to the 12. That's how you get yourself out of jail right there. A tough run by William Mason. We'll call it 10 yards from the 1 to the 11 and a first down for UCO.
Boy, and that's a really good run right when the Broncos needed it. Give them just a little bit of breathing room by getting that ball out of the end zone. And the Broncos have been dropped in the backfield several times today on running plays, so it wasn't a gimme.
High snap. Huff does a good job catching it, hands it off to Cottrell, who's able to spin his way forward for about a yard to the 12, maybe 13. Well, that was averted disaster as Huff made a good catch with one hand on the snap. We saw the high snap get the Broncos earlier this year.
Well, and it just gets in the way of the timing. It just throws off the whole play.
It's much better snap as Huff will throw on second down. Huff going deep right side for Thomas. Thomas got grabbed. No flag comes in as they got his jersey pulled as he went down the sideline. It was overthrown and incomplete. It'll now be 3rd and long for UCO from their own 13-yard line.
Yeah, and listen, the offense wants pass interference on every pass play that goes incomplete, and oftentimes it's wishful thinking. But when you see the jersey being separated from the body, that's an easy call for the official to make, and they did not make it.
So it's from the 12, 3rd and 11. Huff looking, pumps, throws over the middle. Schumann catches it, takes a big hit, and he's going to spin forward to the 19. So he's going to be short of the first down, and the Broncos are going to have to punt it away, but at least got it off the goal line there before they'll kick it back to Missouri Southern.
Yeah, I mean,
5:25 to go first half.
Listen, if you are a glass half full kind of person, you know, you go, okay, well, the Broncos got the ball out to the 19-yard line, so they're not punting from inside their own end zone here. They're punting with the wind at their back, so you have an opportunity to kind of flip the field here.
Davis Barr will punt it away. It's a good spiraling angled kick towards the Missouri Southern sideline. Takes a bounce and keeps bouncing for the Broncos down inside the Lions 30 to the 29-yard line. So that is a 59-yard punt with no return with the wind at his back for Davis Barr. And Missouri Southern will take over at the 29-yard line.
Passing down by number 11, Ryan Stewart.
I want to remind you again, you can reach us here in the booth, UCOradio@gmail.com, whether you're a Missouri Southern fan or a UCO fan. We'd love to hear from you here in the booth today, UCOradio@gmail.com. Appreciate everybody listening today or watching, if you're watching either on 38 The Spot in Kansas City or KOCB here in Oklahoma City. 1st and 10 for Missouri Southern from the 29-yard line. Martin hands off to Glades. Glades stutter steps in the backfield and is able to spin forward for a 4-yard gain. Boy, Glades is a tough runner. When he gets hit, he falls forward every time.
Well, and he just kind of finds the little holes to get through right there. There's no way that he should have gotten 4 yards out of that play right there, and somehow he gets through the pile and falls forward, like you said, and gets a way better gain than it looked like he was going to get.
2nd down and 6 for the Lions from their own 33. Pistol formation with Glades behind Martin on this one. It's a stretch play going right. Glades tries to cut it back up inside, and he is erased at the 30-yard line. He slipped, and Reese Roller took him down at the 30 for a loss of 3.
Yeah, sometimes those cleats fail you when you're trying to make a cut, and that was the case right there. And then Reese Roller was right there to pounce on him as he was trying to tripod his way up and get going again.
Roller, a junior from Claremore, Oklahoma, Verdigris High School. It's really come on strong for the Broncos this year. 3rd down and 9 here for Missouri Southern from the 30. Going straight into this wind, which I think is blowing as hard as it's blown all day, John.
A passing situation here for the Lions.
Empty backfield for Martin. Martin throws quick right side, and it was either tipped or it was slipped out of his hands. It was thrown behind the intended receiver and incomplete. Martin tried to get that one out of his hands quick, and I don't know if he never had a hold of it or if someone tipped it at the line of scrimmage.
I don't think it was tipped, man. I think it was just a bad throw. But
it's one of those where he probably caught it, was trying to catch the seams, and just never really got them. And so UCO again forces a punt, and Missouri Southern will be kicking this one into this strong wind as Mitchell Corey will stand back at his own 16. Line of scrimmage is the 30-yard line. Corey's kick just does get it away against a strong rush. Gilbreth comes up to call for a fair catch, and he makes it at the 39-yard line for UCO. They'll mark it at the 38. Don't know exactly why, but that is a kick of 32 yards with no return, and the Broncos will start from their own 38-yard line.
Broncos take over.
Kerry Interline is watching the game on KOCB, Channel 34 here in Oklahoma City. And Kerry emailed us in the booth to let us know. We also heard from Grady Heller, and we're happy to hear from everyone today. UCOradio@gmail.com.
First and 10 Broncos from the 38-yard line. Jed Huff has Dev Matthews in the backfield to his right on first down. It's a throw in the flat to Schumann right side. Schumann makes the grab, has a block, 45-50, 45-40, and finally pushed out of bounds all the way down to the Missouri Southern 33-yard line is where they're going to mark it. That's a big gain for Ashton Schumann, 24 yards on the play.
Yeah, just a simple throw out in the flat, but the Broncos saw a coverage mismatch there and took advantage of it.
There's another pass out in the flat to Schumann. Schumann grabs this one at the 33 and is able to get to the 30. Well, Schumann does a good job of catching it with upfield momentum, which you just don't see very often out on the edge like that.
Well, and he also always extends the ball out to try and get a little more favorable spot, and oftentimes he gets it.
From the 30-yard line, Huff, play action, rolling right, throwing in the flat right side, threw it behind Thomas, who tried to go down to make the grab but couldn't. Just ran out of room on that right sideline, and it'll be a third down and long here for UCO, a 3rd and 7, 3rd and medium, I guess, from the Missouri Southern 30.
Chris Campbell reached out to us here in the booth, an old friend who's here in Oklahoma City, and he's watching the game on KOCB 34. Chris, we're glad to hear from you. We also have heard from Josh Garina out in Clovis, California, the brother of Adam Garina, UCO offensive lineman. You can contact us too, UCOradio@gmail.com.
Empty backfield on this 3rd and 7 for UCO at the Missouri Southern 30-yard line. Broncos in field goal range with this wind as Huff pressured. He's just going to run it. Huff to the 25. He dives forward. He's got the first down. Boy, Jet pumped about 3 times before he finally decided, I'm just going to go and get what I can here. And what he got was 9 yards and a first down.
Well, it's a good thing he made that decision because he had a defensive lineman right behind him that was about to sack him. So he had that sense that it was about to happen, or he heard the guy and took off running. And like you said, a good decision there for Jet.
And that's going to take us to the 2-minute timeout. So we will take this timeout with them. 2 minutes to go, first half. UCO 14, Missouri Southern 3. This is UCO Stadium. 2 minutes to go, first half. Broncos have it at the 21-yard line. First down and 10 for UCO at the Missouri Southern 21. UCO at 14-3. It's a handoff on the draw to Cottrell. Cottrell bouncing outside. 15, 10, 5. Jalen Cottrell, the senior, scores it on senior day from 21 yards away. Cottrell with a little jump bounce to the outside, found pay dirt, and the Broncos lead at 20-3.
He about got shot by that cannon too. They got to be careful when they're firing that thing off. Make sure nobody's in any imminent danger. But you love to hear that cannon go off because it means something good happened. And like you said, that good thing was a senior day touchdown from Jalen Cottrell, who took it untouched around the right side, made some nice moves to get into the end zone, and the Broncos lead this thing 20-3 with the PAT coming.
Joseph Kim on for the extra point. Jed Huff will hold it. The kick is on the way, and the kick is through. And with 1:52 to go in the first half, the Broncos have extended their lead. It's UCO 21, Missouri Southern 3, as you see Jalen Cottrell with the nice move to the outside for the touchdown. 1:52 to go in the first half. This is UCO Bronco football. 2 yards, and ends with that Jalen Cottrell touchdown. Todd Lisby along with John Fitzgerald. Joseph Kim set to kick this one away. Would imagine Kim would put this one through the end zone with the wind at his back here. We mentioned it's a windy day, and you see the wind blowing the ball off the tee there.
Todd, I would imagine you'd put it through the back of the end zone today.
Yeah. This is one of those where they go, hey, come out and kick for like free chicken or something. You go, I want to kick on that end.
Well,
yeah, the wind is definitely blowing at the back of Joseph Kim right now.
It is really blowing too. Those flags are flapping in that wind over there. You can tell just by looking at those flags that it's going to get cold.
All things considered, it's a beautiful day today as Kim will kick this one away and easily into the end zone for a touchback. John, we haven't mentioned this yet, but you've got a tie in this game to Missouri Southern. Your son Tyler is a student athlete at Missouri Southern.
Yeah, it's a first-year freshman on the track team there. He throws the javelin, which is an unusual thing for someone from Oklahoma to do, but Tyler's really enjoying his time up there at Missouri Southern. I am the #1 Missouri Southern track and field fan.
Look, there's Tyler.
As you see a little photo over the video there from Media Day. But, yeah, I can't say I'm a huge fan of their football team, no offense, but I do love the track and field team. And Tyler loves the university, absolutely loves it.
1st and 10, Missouri Southern. It's a handoff to Glades, and Glades is hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss of 1.
Glades on the carry for the
As Ethan Stites comes in to make the tackle for UCO, it'll be 2nd down and 11.
I think UCO took a timeout.
And UCO does take a timeout. With a minute 49 to go in this first half. We will keep it here during this timeout, John, as the Broncos are looking to get the ball back here. If you can force a 3 and out, and the Broncos have kept all 3 of their timeouts in their back pocket, you can get a punt into the wind. We've already seen a 21-yard punt into this wind, and we saw a punt into this wind that set up a big return as well.
Yeah, the Broncos are going to use those timeouts to put pressure on Missouri Southern to actually move the football. They're banking on the fact that their defense has stopped Missouri Southern most of the day here. And if the Broncos, as you said, can force Missouri Southern to not convert a first down here, then UCO will get the ball back, and we'll see if they have some opportunities to put it in the end zone. The Broncos will also be getting the football to start the second half, and so if they could put more points on the board here and get the ball to start the second half, man, what a huge momentum shift that could be. Not shift, but just a continuation, I guess, of the momentum that's been going the Broncos' way.
Other scores around the MIAA, Central Missouri's not going anywhere. The Mules are staying with the Gorillas today. It's 14-14 between Central Mo and Pitt State with a minute to go in the first half there. Emporia State leads Washburn 17-10. That game coming up on the 2-minute timeout. An early second quarter, Northwest Missouri State up 10-7 on Missouri Western. Here's a throw in the flat left side. That one's complete out across the 30 to the 31, and the Broncos are going to use their second timeout here. After that completion from Tillman Martin to Isaiah Green. And so it's going to be a 3rd down and 4 when we come out of this next timeout. John, are you surprised today to see Pittsburgh State and Northwest Missouri State struggling a little bit in this game, as everyone's kind of looking forward to that one next week in Kansas City between those two teams?
This conference is just so all over the place, Todd, and it's you know, we've said in the past it's just such a tough conference that you can't take any week off. I don't know if it's as tough this year as it has been, but there's still parity in the conference, and I'm not sure if Pittsburgh State is you know, I'm not totally surprised that Central Missouri is giving them a ball game. I think Pitt State will end up winning that one. Northwest Missouri, they're probably running on fumes a little bit against Missouri Western. They got off to a slow start, it looks like, but they've taken that 10-7 lead, and you know, you wouldn't be surprised that the final score of this game is 35-7. You know, when it's all said and done. But it does happen. It's hard to stay up every week in college football, and that's a big game, a big rivalry, and a big game for the conference next week between the Bearcats and the Gorillas.
Big play here for Missouri Southern. 3rd down and 4. Broncos looking to force the punt and get the ball back before halftime. Martin takes a low snap. He throws it right side. Pass is caught. 1st down out across the 35 to the 39-yard line. So 8 yards there, and now Missouri Southern will have to decide if they want to go quick and try to get something out of the last 97 seconds of this half.
Yeah, that was a big 1st down for the Lions, obviously, because now they're back in control of the clock. And but I'd like to see Missouri Southern try to force some passes here to try and make a play, because I have confidence in UCO's defense that they might catch one of those passes themselves.
First down, there's a throw right side quickly out into the flats, and that one's caught. And out of bounds quickly with the grab is Isaiah Padello, who gets to the 46. And he stops the clock by getting out of bounds. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
Ted and Erica Thomas reached out from Navarre Beach, Florida. We're glad to hear from them again this week. Also have heard from Mallory Benny, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, who wants to shout out her daughter Reagan Benny, who's on the team here at UCO that streams the games. So we're glad that that Mallory reached out to us, and you can too. UCOradio@gmail.com.
Low snap as Martin will pump and throw deep right side, and he just threw that one away. Broncos didn't go for the pump fake, and Tillman Martin just thought better of that one, threw it out of bounds. So it'll be 3rd down and 3 for Missouri Southern from the 46. And now, John, same scenario. Broncos can get a stop. There's only 30 more seconds that have gone off the clock. You can still use your 3rd timeout here if it's tackled in play.
Yeah. Clock stops on the incomplete pass, and Missouri Southern would probably be smart to just run the football right here. And you know, they have had some success running. They might be able to pick this thing up and get out of this half without giving the ball back to the Broncos.
Martin's going to throw it. Martin throws over the middle. Pass complete for a 1st down into Bronco territory, all the way down to the UCO 36-yard line. Trace Wilhite makes his first grab of the game, and that's a nice gainer. And with a minute to go, Missouri Southern now is creeping up into field goal range. They're going to have to get a little deeper into this win, though. Low snap that Martin handles. Martin throws over the middle. Pass tipped away, incomplete. Good coverage that time by Willie Rice, who came in from behind to knock that one away. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Knocked down by number 1.
Dana Schumann reaches out along with, well, it just says love from Mom, Grandma, Leilani, Bailey, and Tristan. Of course, they are all family to Ashton Schumann, the wide receiver for the Broncos, and they emailed us here at UCOradio@gmail.com.
Broncos showing blitz here on 2nd down. They bring the blitz. Martin throws left side. Pass caught, short gain to the 31-yard line, complete to Draper Parker. Missouri Southern with 2 timeouts left, not going to use one yet. 35 on the clock, and ticking away here in this first half. And now the Lions will use their 2nd timeout. So they will have 1 timeout left and a big 3rd down play coming up here. And I'll tell you what, let's take this timeout with them. 30 seconds to go first half, 21-3, UCO with the lead. This is UCO Bronco football. In stadium, 30 seconds to go in the first half. And a 3rd down and 5 upcoming for Missouri Southern. From the 31-yard line, the Lions need to get to the 26 here to move the chains. Empty backfield, Missouri Southern 1 timeout left. Martin throws right side in the flats, and a big hit as Willie Rice comes up and makes the hit at the 31, and it's going to be 4th down. And Missouri Southern is going to go quick here.
Stopped immediately by number 1, Willie Rice.
With 10 seconds to go. Martin, game clock at 6 as Martin's going to throw one deep, left side end zone, passes, caught, touchdown. Just threw it up into double coverage, and a big catch by Isaiah Padello, who went up between 2 Broncos and pulled that one down on the last play of the half.
Just a nightmare of a play for the Broncos there, as one of the Broncos just really went up and tried to get the interception, but it just became kind of a high-point battle, and Missouri Southern won it right there. Give credit to the Lions for putting a drive together and throwing that ball up. It was just a prayer, and Missouri Southern's receiver went and answered it.
So Missouri Southern scores their first touchdown of the game on the last play of the first half, and the extra point cuts into this lead. But we are at halftime here in Edmond. It's UCO 21, Missouri Southern 10. Isaiah Padello making this big grab for the Lions right before the half to cut into the Bronco lead. When we come back, we're going to talk to UCO President Todd Lamb, and we'll talk during halftime to UCO Athletic Director Stan Wagden as well. Halftime here at Chad Richardson. Broncos up 21-10. Broncos, I say they will receive. I don't know that anyone will be catching this one, as Asher Huffman with the wind at his back will kick this one through the end zone for a touchback, and the Broncos will start at the 25. UCOradio@gmail.com if you want to reach us here in the booth. John, I know some people have reached out to us during the first half and halftime.
Yeah, Lillian Pearson from Los Angeles reached out, shouted out Coach Pearson on the UCO staff. Nancy Ballinger from Cheney, Kansas, who is a Missouri Southern fan, and we're glad to hear from Nancy. Our friend Chris Lambakis from Norman, Oklahoma, watching the game on KOCB. And Elisa and Mike McCurley are doing the same, watching the game on television. Viola Dobbs is also watching on KOCB here in Oklahoma City, and they all emailed us at ucoradio@gmail.com.
Broncos start the second half, 1st and 10 from the left hash at the 25-yard line. Cottrell to the right of Huff will get the handoff, running right. Cottrell 25, cuts back 30, breaks the tackle, 35, still on his feet, out to about the 37-yard line. Well, aside from the touchdown run, that might be the best run of the day for the Bronco offense. 12 yards for Jalen Cottrell on a first down.
Yeah, just kept making some moves and finding his way through traffic before he finally ran into a bit of a jam there, but not before getting that first down.
First down and 10 from the 37. Huff hands to Cottrell again, running left, and this time a blitzing safety comes up and takes him down for a loss of 2.
Cottrell on the carry for the Broncos.
That was a good play that time for Missouri Southern as Desson Pringer came up and made the tackle. Excuse me, that was Demarion Brownlee who made the tackle. Duplicate number situation there. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you blitz yourself right into the play, and that's what the Lions did right there, unfortunately for the Broncos, with that they've had multiple tackles for loss today against this UCO running game.
Huff, pistol, play action, rolling right, throwing right, pass caught. Javon Thomas makes the grab and ducks out of bounds, out across the 40 to the 41. So it's a 6-yard gain on 2nd and 12. That'll chop it right in half and make it 3rd and 6.
The Broncos will take that on 2nd down, but they do need a big offensive play here to convert the first down and keep this momentum going. UCO, I would say, needs to put points on the board coming out here after the way the first half ended.
Empty backfield for Huff on 3rd and 6. 4-man rush. Huff looking, throwing, pass tipped and incomplete. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and the Broncos will punt it away. And we talked about this before, and I think a lot of coaches do this, but Adam Dorrell's play is always to take the wind in the 4th quarter, so UCO is going to be going into the wind in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, the Broncos will look forward to having that wind advantage, and their defense has done a good enough job where I think they can keep Missouri Southern out of the end zone here in the 3rd quarter, but just can't have anything silly happen like it did at the end of that first half.
Barr with a pretty good kick into that wind as the fair catch is made at the 24-yard line by Aiden Robinson Wayne.
Robinson takes
and
the big catch.
That'll be
Fielded at the 24-yard line.
a punt from the 41 to the 24, so that'll be a 35-yard punt with no return. And so Missouri Southern's first possession of the second half starts at the 24. Now you got the Lions here, John, who scored right before halftime. If they can move the ball down the field and get some points on the board, the momentum would definitely be on their side.
Yep, you definitely would have a ball game at that point, but the Lions are going to have to put 2 drives together in a row. We haven't seen that out of them yet today.
Martin hands to Glades right up the middle, and he runs into a wall at the 25. He works his way forward to the 26, but that's about it. It's going to be a gain of 2 as Lamb Gordon made the first contact for the Broncos. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I think these officials kind of inadvertently gave a compliment to Glades there on that play by waiting to blow that forward progress whistle. They just kept giving him a chance to get out of there and get more yardage because they've seen him do it today, but the Broncos had him well corralled.
2nd and 8 from the 26. Handoff Glades going left again. This time he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Wesley Hudson comes over and gets him at the 25 for a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 9.
Glades on the carry for the Lions.
Bryce Darnell reaches out to us in the booth, and he says, I knew there was something I liked about you guys. It's your son. He's a Missouri Southern fan. So we'll take that, Bryce. We're not such bad guys, though, even though we're UCO's crew. And we like you, too. We're glad you emailed us here in the booth, ucoradio@gmail.com.
3rd and 9 for Missouri Southern on their first possession of the second half from their own 25. Martin, straight drop, looking right, throwing deep, right side, pass is incomplete. Willie Rice, the defender, had the best chance of catching that one, and he couldn't quite come down with it, and it'll be 4th down, and the Broncos defense again comes up big and forces a 3 and out.
Yeah, and that's exactly what that defense needed to do after what happened at the end of the first half. Come out and kind of reestablish the dominance that they've shown today against the Lion offense and get the ball back for your offense so your offense can go to work.
So Mitchell Corey will again punt this one away. He'll have the wind at his back as Antoine Gilbreth is standing all the way back at his own 30 for UCO. Snap is back to Corey. This is a low, short kick. Takes a big Missouri Southern bounce, though. Hit at the 42-yard line and rolls all the way down to the 27. So it wasn't the prettiest kick, but it is an effective kick, and the Broncos will start at their own 27-yard line after this media timeout. Back in 90 seconds, Broncos up 21-10, 11:45 to go. Welcome back to Chad Richardson Stadium. Broncos and Lions trading punts here early in the third quarter. UCO with their second possession of this second half. We'll start from the 27-yard line as Dev Matthews in at running back behind Jed Huff. Huff will hand to Matthews on the counter. Matthews going left, is hitting the backfield, gets away from the first and second tackle, and he's pulled by his undershirt as he runs through another tackle out to the 32. Matthews limping a little as he gets up. That's a good run of 5 yards though on first down.
I thought we had evolved to not wearing cotton undershirts. Like we're wearing like tight, body armor type shirts. That was a disadvantage there for Dev Matthews.
Looks like us in the 90s playing, doesn't it? Huff on second down. He'll roll left, has all day to throw, looks back right, throws it in the flat to Matthews. Matthews gets across the 35-yard line. In fact, they're going to mark him down right at the 35. It's going to be a gain of 3 on 2nd and 5. It'll now be 3rd and 2 as the Broncos will bring in a heavy formation here, it looks like. Extra tight end and Zane Zelny out there along with Turner, and then Dominique Dunn is the fullback. I formation. Matthews the tailback. Huff under center. Huff takes the snap and hands to Matthews. Going right. Matthews first down, 40-yard line and more. 45-50, dragging tacklers into Missouri Southern territory. All the way inside the 45 and finally down at the 40. Dev Matthews out of here in Edmond with a strong run and a first down, 20 yards on the carry.
And the initial tackler grabbed him by his undershirt again from behind. We got to do something about that.
Got to get the old tearaways back. Might have been a touchdown. 1st and 10 from the Missouri Southern 40. So Matthews will get a deserved breather. Jalen Cottrell back in at running back. Coming up on 10 minutes to go in the third quarter as Jed Huff looks to the sideline. Broncos looking to be the first team to score in this second half. Huff takes the snap and throws quickly to Schumann. His 8th catch of the day. Schumann gets inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Good open field tackle that time by Peyton McKee for Missouri Southern. Gain of 3 yards on the play. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, McKee just did a really good job of getting off his blocker. He was engaged with a blocker out there on the edge that was set up on that screen, but he managed to get off and make the tackle. It was a really nice play.
Second down, Huff, play action. Huff looking deep middle field. Schumann catches at the 10, at the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Ashton Schumann down the seam for the first down. And the Broncos have 1st and goal on a 34-yard passing catch from Jed Huff to Ashton Schumann.
They just make it look so easy when it works like that, but make no mistake about it. That's a hard throw to make and a hard catch to make right over the middle of the field. But Schumann does it, and even harder to hang on to the ball as you're getting hit and dragged down inside the 5, but Schumann did a nice job.
Here's a handoff to Cottrell. Cottrell running right, cuts back to the middle of the field, and he's just going to get a yard there to the 2. Schumann now over 100 yards receiving in the game. He's got 9 catches on the game now. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Broncos at the 2.
Yeah, Cottrell kind of tippy-toed that one a little bit. He was just, I think, looking for a hole to open up, and it didn't. I feel like, and again, I'm not the coach, but I feel like sometimes you just got to hit that line full speed and burst through there.
Matthews back in at tailback in the I formation behind Dunn with Huff again under center. 2nd down and goal for the Broncos from the Missouri Southern 2-yard line. Now Huff goes back into shotgun, hands to Matthews, stretch play, running right, looking to get outside, breaks a tackle, and Matthews waltzes into the end zone. Third rushing touchdown today for the Broncos by the third different player. Mason, then Cottrell, now Matthews in the end zone, and the Broncos lead 27-10.
Just a nice job up front by the big fellas. That stretch play is what we used to butter our bread with, so to speak, in the 90s here as UCO football, but we didn't have the passing game to match it. It was all running game, but it's nice to see those plays still exist and that they can go out there and execute and put bodies on bodies and get their guy in the end zone there.
Joseph Kim on for the extra point to try to match UCO's biggest lead of the game at 18. Kim with the kick. It is up and it is good. And with 8:09 to go in the third quarter, Broncos back up 18 again. Dev Matthews out of here in Edmond gets the Broncos' third rushing touchdown of the day from 2 yards out. It's UCO 28, Missouri Southern 10. This is UCO Bronco football. KOCB is Joseph Kim. Have a little tougher kickoff here into the wind. Nathan Glades and David Bethune back deep to receive for Missouri Southern. And this one's kicked towards the sideline. It takes a big bounce, a Broncos bounce, and Glades takes it at the 7. Glades with a nice return, but he is hit hard at the 20-yard line, and that's where he will go down. I think he delivered more of the hit there than Hudson Grant, who was on the other end of it, but Grant with good coverage, a good kick by Kim, got a fortunate bounce, and it's 1st and 10 for Missouri Southern at the 20-yard line.
This game, you, of course, just thank the viewers, is being broadcast on KOCB, Channel 34 in Oklahoma City here today. A little trivia for you. In 1979, the Broncos played in the NAIA National Championship against Texas A&I, which is now Texas A&M Kingsville. And I'm going to continue this story after first down here.
Martin from the 20-yard line on first down. Martin play action, looking, throwing over the middle. Pass caught out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Grab made by Houston Rodich. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 31.
In 1979 for that NAIA National Championship game, it was one of the first games ever broadcast live on ESPN. But for folks in the Oklahoma City area that didn't have ESPN, Channel 34 aired the game live. And that's on. You can find that game on Facebook.
Here's a handoff going left for Missouri Southern, and a good tackle in the backfield that time as Connor Johnson comes up to make the play as Messiah Smith got the handoff for no gain.
You can find video clips of that on Facebook. It's black and white. And UCO quarterback Scott Berger, who's in the Hall of Fame here, Clifford Chapman and Steve Tate from your hometown of Luther. Steve Tate, one of the best running backs in school history. They were all in that squad. They lost the game by 7 points, but it was broadcast on Channel 34 here in Oklahoma City.
2nd and 10 as Martin throws to Will Height, complete left side. Will Height, who's a load to bring down, carries Reese Roller for a couple yards. He caught it at the 35, carries Roller out to the 37. So it's a 6-yard gain. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 4. Really, as you said earlier, John, we haven't seen Martin push the ball down the field at all except for that one touchdown pass.
Yeah, I mean, that was, and that was kind of a 20-yard Hail Mary, so to speak. He has had a few passes right down the middle of the field that ended up being big plays because of the yards after catch, but really nothing deep downfield.
Martin looking downfield here on 3rd down, throws it deep left side, and it's overthrown and incomplete. Nobody open, good coverage downfield, and a 4th down situation coming up. David Williams in on the coverage for UCO, and the Broncos force another punt.
Every time that gong goes off, I think the Undertaker's going to run in. I like the sound effects here today. And I think that's why we're not seeing Martin throw the ball. I mean, they're giving him chances, but he really hasn't been on point with most of the throws downfield. And the one that they scored on at the end of the half was just a circus, just throw it up for grabs. And it was really the receiver just went and got it over the DB.
Punt with the wind, and it is a good one. Gilbreth goes all the way back and receives this one at the 6. Gilbreth going to his left to the 10, looking to get outside to the 15, and out of bounds at the 17, 18-yard line. And the Broncos will start there. It was a big punt that time from Mitchell Corey. And UCO will have it at the 18-yard line after we take a media timeout. 6:06 to go, third quarter. Broncos up 28 casts today. Broncos have it 1st and 10 after the punt from their own 18-yard line. It's a handoff to Jalen Cottrell running right. Cottrell makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage. Slow developing play, but a nice gain out across the 25 to the 26. 8 yards on 1st down for Cottrell.
I want to shout out Patsy George, who reached out and says, watching the game, what a nice day. Patsy was my 1st grade teacher, Todd. She probably had some inclination I might do this in the future because I probably talked a lot in my 1st grade class.
2nd down for the Broncos. Huff looking to throw. Huff has all day, throws it deep, and that was into coverage, and it's incomplete. 2 Missouri Southern players were there trying to catch it. They ran into each other. There is a flag down. We'll see what that's for.
Dorrell's getting into someone on the sideline there, or the UCO sideline.
Missouri Southern player had it. They bumped into each other and lost it out of bounds. We'll see what the flag is for, though, if it's on Missouri Southern or on the Broncos.
Well, it's either pass interference on one of the 2.
Pass interference, number 7, defense.
There you go.
Ball will be placed in the spot of the foul. 1st down.
And Missouri Southern does not understand that penalty, as the penalty goes against R.J. Hill, who doesn't like the call. It's going to move the ball out to the 38-yard line on the penalty, and the Broncos will have it 1st and 10.
I will say that R.J. Hill was the player in pregame that was over on our sideline talking trash to our kicker during warm-ups and doing a lot of it. So you don't see that very often. Just no commentary there, just an observation.
1st and 10, we'll call it the 37 as Cottrell to the right of Huff. Handoff to Jalen running left. Jalen to the 40, nice hole, 45-50. Jalen down the sideline, 40 to the 30. Stiff arms a tackler, and he's finally forced out of bounds at the Bronco 26-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 27, so officially that's a gain of 33 yards and a 1st down for the senior Jalen Cottrell.
Just an outstanding run, found the hole, and then once he was into space, found that 2nd gear and really got some great yardage for the Broncos there before running into a defensive back and being ushered out of bounds.
Broncos looking to add to this lead, up 28-10 currently. Huff in the gun, hands to Matthews. Stretch play going right. Matthews cuts it up at the 25 and leans forward for another nice gain on 1st down to the 21. That's 6 yards on 1st down. Broncos feel like they maybe found something here in the 2nd half running the football.
And if you can do that when you're winning by 18 points, you not only control the offense, right, and you control the ball, you control the clock. And the Broncos, if they can put drives like this together that run some clock but then end with points, then you're winning in a couple of ways.
So 2nd down for the Broncos at the 21-yard line. With 4:15 to go in this 3rd quarter. Broncos with 3 on the play clock as Huff takes the snap and hands to Matthews right up the middle. And nothing doing in the middle of that defensive line as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and short.
Yeah, that was just Missouri Southern clogging up holes and nowhere to go. And listen, when you start running the ball, they're going to start selling out to stop the run a little bit. And give credit to their interior line there and their linebackers for filling those gaps and making the stop on 2nd down.
So 2nd down or 3rd down for the Broncos from the 21 and 4. Going into this strong north wind, Huff throws it left side. Schumann hit in the backfield, and he's going to be dropped for no gain. That was R.J. Hill who read that one and made the play in the backfield. It'll be no gain, so it's 4th down from the 21, and UCO is going to try a field goal here into a stiff north breeze. It'll be 38 yards, and we've got a flag.
We're going to get a 1st down, and it was R.J. Hill, the same guy that I said was talking to the kicker during pregame. He was over talking to someone on the UCO side, and then the official tried to usher him away, and he wouldn't go, and then the official threw a flag on him. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct. UCO is going to get a 1st down.
And Hill's headed to the sideline, too.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 7, defense. His 1st of the game towards disqualification. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, 1st down.
So the Broncos get a free 1st down, as that'll move the ball from the 21 down to the 10-yard line.
Brought to you by Graco.
Just a terribly undisciplined play by R.J. Hill. And Todd, I mean, I told you, I said, look at that guy during pregame. Like, we were talking about it during pregame that he was doing that. And, you know, a Tiger doesn't change its stripes.
Broncos can get a first down, so it's 1st and 10 from just outside the 10, as it's a handoff to Jalen Cottrell, who keeps it off right tackle for a couple. Gets down to about the 8-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 8.
Robin Poston emailed us here in the booth, says to shout out Zach Stillwell, and we've shouted Zach out a few times. He's made some plays today, but says Grandma, Auntie, and Rob are watching from OKC, and we're glad you guys are watching. We're glad you reached out, UCOradio@gmail.com.
Here's Jet Huff, who keeps it up the middle this time after faking the handoff, and he keeps it down to the 4. So Huff runs for 4 yards, and now it's going to be 3rd down and about 3.5 yards from the 4 for the Broncos.
And you really need to take advantage of this this screw up by Missouri Southern if you're UCO and put this ball in the end zone. If you don't, worst case scenario, you've given Joseph Kim a much easier field goal attempt. But you really want to take advantage of this and get this ball into the end zone. I believe the Broncos can get a first down inside just barely if they get inside the 1-yard line as well.
So it's 3rd down as Jet Huff will move back into shotgun formation. He has Dominique Dunn to his left and Dev Matthews behind him. Huff hands it to Matthews, running right. Matthews at the 5 runs into a tackler, and he's going to be stonewalled at the 4-yard line. So no gain on the play, and now it's 4th down, and the Broncos have a decision to make. They're up by 18, which is 3 scores already. So they may just go for it here and lean on the defense if they don't make it. It's what they did earlier in a similar situation, but this time it looks like Joseph Kim is going to come out to kick a field goal.
Yeah, make this a 21-point ball game. You know, silly things happen in games. Teams miss extra points. You know, extra points get blocked. And so, you know, just make this a little taller hill to climb for the Lions as the 3rd quarter winds down. 21-yarder
just inside the right hash. Snap and hold are good. The kick from Joseph Kim is up, and the kick is good. So Joseph Kim adds a field goal for the Broncos, who have their biggest lead of the game. With 59 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, it's now UCO up by 3 touchdowns. 31-10, Broncos on top. This is UCO Bronco football. Took 5 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock, and with 1 tick under 1 minute to go in this 3rd quarter, it's UCO 31-10. Broncos were over the line offside here, so it's going to be 5 yards added to this kick return, and it's a good one for Nathan Glades. A flag comes in for a hold as Glades is going to take this for a touchdown, but this one is coming back. There's literally 5 flags on the field. One's against UCO, and I think the other 4 are all for the same hold on Missouri Southern. So this one is definitely coming back. That had more flags than the United Nations on that play.
It looks like a constellation of flags out there. Like you could make a design
Big Dipper
out of it. That's crazy. And they all came out at once. I don't know if I've ever seen 4 flags flying simultaneously through the air in the same direction.
Now the question is, and it's a legitimate question, we might have 2 different holds here on Missouri Southern. We do have UCO was offside on the kickoff.
Yes.
So I think these are going to probably offset, and we'll just re-kick is my guess.
Well, anything's better than a touchdown, kickoff return for a touchdown.
That's true.
If you're a UCO fan. So whatever the officials decide, I think you can breathe a sigh of relief if you're a Bronco fan that it's not the result of the play. But they are having a long conversation about it.
Yeah, I think the question is, do you want to, I think for Missouri Southern, do you want to offset and re-kick, or I think they could do a 10-yard mark off and then a 5-yard mark off. Not 100% sure. That's why we have Brian Stelzer to figure it out for us, our referee today. MIAA crew.
There are fouls by both teams. Offside, number 10, kicking team. Holding, number 15, return team. Holding, number 21, return team. Those penalties will offset, and we'll replay the kick.
You know, I've always said, Todd, that I don't like the rule in football that a 15-yard penalty.
Correction, one of those was on number 41.
Either way. I don't like in football that a 15-yard penalty offsets a 5-yard penalty, because clearly the football gods decided that a 15-yard penalty is worse. So how do they offset? What's amazing here is that 2 penalties on Missouri Southern and 1 penalty on UCO offset. That seems that math doesn't math for me, but understand that's the rules of the game. And again, like I said earlier, it's way better than 6 points on the board for the Lions on a kickoff return, so the Broncos will kick this thing again.
Well, Nathan Glades just ran 100 yards, so now he's got to go back there and return another one.
That's a good point. Glades looks like he can do it, though.
Yeah, and Glades, even though he's lined up on the left side, right side for Missouri Southern's formation, Broncos have tried to kick away from him, and you can see Bethune and Glades changing places now as this one, Ethan Spiewak will kick this one off. It's a directional kick, and it bounces at the 1-yard line. What a kick. Glades has to pick it up. He's hit at the 5. He gets out to the 10, to the 11-yard line. Boy, Ethan Spiewak, who kicked off for the Broncos on that one, couldn't have put that one any better. That looked like a pitching wedge that checked up right by the flag, and it'll be Missouri Southern's ball at the 12-yard line.
Well, Glades thought it was going to bounce right to him, and it just didn't. And that is panic mode when you're a return guy.
And then he thought maybe it'll get to the end zone. Didn't do that either.
Right, and so then you, like I said, you kind of go into panic mode. He picked that ball up, and by that time the coverage was there. Man, you hear the cliche like penalties and turnovers just kill you. And I know the Broncos had a penalty on that last kickoff as well, but those penalties by Missouri Southern, even if they wouldn't have gone for a touchdown, had just killed them for field position here.
Martin on first down against the 4-man rush, throws it in the flat, and it's incomplete. Reese Roller was there in coverage, as that one was intended for Victor Chianuma, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Hey, Jared Schilling reached out to us from here in Edmond, watching the game on KOCB 34. And Stacy McDonald and Kyle McDonald also reaching out from Granbury, Texas, watching their nephew Braden Waters play for UCO. UCOradio@gmail.com. We want to hear from everyone.
Martin throwing, going left side. Pass is tipped and incomplete. We're going to have pass interference on the Broncos. Looked like both players had a hold of each other.
They really did. I didn't think a flag was going to come out because I thought it was pretty mutual, but I think the Broncos are going to got on this one, and you just have to say thank you, sir, and move
Pass
on.
interference, number 8, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Yeah, Draper Parker and Connor Ashley
Correction, spot foul.
Both wear number 8, and they were going at each other there. And Connor Ashley, as is generally the case in just about every sport, the defensive guy is the one that usually gets called for that foul.
When they decide to take the flag out, and they don't take the flag out of their pockets very much in this conference on pass interference. I think that one was probably better left as a no call, but
here's a pass out to Parker, right side, and the ball's ripped away, and it's picked up by Dalton Hurd, who returns it inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Willie Rice reached in there and took the ball away from the wide receiver, and the Broncos forced the turnover and have it 1st and goal.
Todd, I had this weird thought right before he went for it. I was like, he's going to rip that ball out. The way the receiver was carrying it and the position that the defender was in, I thought he was going to get it, and he did. Little turnover chain celebration here in front of the home crowd, and the Broncos get the ball back in excellent territory, up by 21 points. UCO has to capitalize this and kind of put the nail in the coffin, so to speak, and get the touchdown here.
Willie Rice, the senior, here on senior day, forcing that turnover.
Bronco first down.
Tillman Martin made the touchdown saving tackle for Missouri Southern. As you see Rice rip it away and Hurd catch it out of the air. 1st and goal, it's a handoff for UCO to Cottrell running left. Cottrell's just going to run out of room on the sideline and get maybe a yard to the 8. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 8 here for the Broncos. Score update from Warrensburg. Pittsburgh State has taken their first 2-score lead of the game. It's 35-21 Gorillas.
That's the end.
And we'll have more scores for you coming up because we are through 3 quarters here in Edmond. Put 4 fingers in the air. We're headed to the 4th quarter on senior day at Chad Richardson Stadium. The Broncos are knocking on the door, already up big. It's 31-10 UCO. This is UCO Broncos.
Pass is complete to number 15, Ashton Schumann.
A good job by the guys up front on the left side of the offensive line, opening that hole and giving Matthews space to run that ball into the end zone. And the Broncos make the Lions pay for that turnover as they take a 27-point lead, 28 if Joseph Kim is true here.
So that touchdown puts UCO up 37-10 there, as you see on the top of the screen on the scoreboard. And Joseph Kim will look to make it a 4-score lead for the Broncos. This one is blocked on the extra point. It's picked up and it can be returned, and it is not returned out of the end zone. And this is going to be just a missed extra point. Now, John, we'll keep it right here. Do you know what would have happened if he would have returned that out of the end zone and then been tackled in the end zone?
It would have been a 1-point safety?
That's right.
Is that right?
That's right. I've seen that only once in my entire life. We saw last year, John, at Nebraska Kearney, where Kearney returned an interception out of the end zone, then went back in for a safety. And Adam Dorr right now is asking the officials, did he get out of the end zone? Because I think he's thinking that same thing. Is it a 1-point safety?
Well, and he can throw the challenge flag if he thought he got out, but is it worth it for 1 point? I mean, I don't think it is, and I think he probably knows that he didn't get out. I think I never saw the ball carrier go backwards. So
I think it's the right call, but he was pretty close.
He was close. I mean, he thought, hey, no harm in trying to return this thing for 2 points for the Lions, but 100 yards is a long way to go.
Updating you on scores around the league. Pittsburgh State 35-21 lead over Central Missouri. As you see this extra point block, that was Riley Hammonds who got through and blocked that one for Missouri Southern.
Say hi to Trevor Chandler, who emailed and said, hey, shout out to the Stampede of Sound, best marching band in the MIAA. Not going to argue that. We love the Stampede of Sound and what they bring to the game day energy here in Edmond. And it wouldn't be the same without them. So we're glad they're here, Trevor. We're glad you reached out. Also want to say hi to my mother, Connie Fitzgerald, who reached out and says watching and happily listening to my baby boy. It's been a long time since I was a baby, but I'm glad that she's listening, and I'm glad she reached out here. UCOradio@gmail.com.
I work with you every Saturday in the fall, and you're always a baby every time you're here. This kickoff will go through the end zone for a touchback. Other scores in the MIAA: Emporia State leads Washburn 24-17. That game is early fourth quarter, late or mid third quarter. Northwest Missouri State's putting it to Missouri Western now 31-7. in Maryville. And as I mentioned, Pittsburgh State up 35-21 against Central Mo. Nebraska Kearney off today. There is one basketball game underway, second half, and Montana State Billings leads Central Mo 49-47. Missouri Southern will start at the 25-yard line. Probably haven't talked enough, John, about how good this UCO defense has been today. They've only given up 142 yards in 44 plays and forced a couple turnovers as well. Here's a handoff to Glades up the middle. Glades gets to the 29-yard line before he's driven backwards. It'll be a gain of 4 on first down.
Yeah, the defense has been dominant today. I mean, you take that drive at the end of the first half out of the game, and their yardage goes below 100, and they have 3 points. So I know, that did happen, so I understand that. But the Broncos have really only had a defensive letdown on one drive, essentially.
Yeah, and I think I said they do have the one turnover on the fumble. Come close to a couple of interceptions. As Martin play action will throw this one on second down. Martin has time now, steps up. He's going to try to run with it. He gets to the 30 and he slides down as Connor Johnson will fly by him. They'll mark him all the way back at the 29-yard line. They do not do you any favors when you slide down. In college, they mark you back about a yard from where they mark you in the NFL.
Dude, it's almost like 5 yards from where you end up every time.
I think they mark you where you think about starting to slide.
Yeah. Or where the official, it's where the official goes. He probably ought to slide.
Yeah. So third down and about 5.5 here for Missouri Southern. Martin throws it right side, pass is tipped, and a good grab on the tip for a first down out across the 35-yard line as Isaiah Green, after that one got hit at the line of scrimmage, it was a fluttering duck, and he made the grab.
Really amazing that it still had enough momentum on it to get all the way to the receiver. And he comes
into
back,
the wind, especially.
He comes back a little bit, and it was like catching a punt, an end-over-end punt. But good concentration by the receiver to make that catch and get a first down.
Gain of 6 from the 25 up to the from the 30 up to the 36. 1st and 10, Missouri Southern. Martin pumps left, looking to go deep. He goes deep left side, and the pass is underthrown and incomplete. But Willie Rice is going to get called for a hold here as he grabbed a hold of the receiver who had beat him downfield. I think it was Rice. It might have been Dalton Hurd. I think it was Hurd, actually, who grabbed a hold of the receiver that time.
Holding, number 33, defense. 10-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Got Reese Roller on the hold.
Yeah, I think Roller was near where the hold happened, and he got misidentified that time as the offender. I think it was Dalton Hurd that grabbed a hold of the defender that time.
Well, luckily penalties don't come out of your paycheck, so at the collegiate level. I want to say hi to David Chapman and his family listening right below us here in the suites at Chad Richardson Stadium. We're glad that they're down here enjoying the game, and hello to everyone in the suites. We're glad that you're with us listening, and we're glad you reached out, Chapman family, ucoradio@gmail.com.
First down from the 45 as Martin going deep left side, this one down the middle of the field, and we're going to have another flag coming in against UCO. And it might be Dalton Hurd again who's the guilty party.
Give it to Reese Roller.
I think this one's going to be the pass interference.
Pass interference, number 21, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Now Connor Johnson's got his palms in the air like I didn't do anything. That was 27 again.
Ugh. Just penalties are killers. I mean, this drive.
And we've seen it's been a big problem for the Broncos all year. Penalties in bad situations.
Fortunately, it hasn't been so far today, and the Broncos have a big lead. But you don't want to get sloppy here in the fourth quarter and let Missouri Southern have some, some hope where they keep, their foot on the gas pedal and keep coming.
Martin with an empty backfield on first down from the Bronco 40. Pressured, throwing right side, pass is incomplete. We've got a hold on Missouri Southern here as the Broncos were all over him. I think Johnny Wilson might have been the one, or maybe it was Cameron Dunn, I think, they got grabbed for UCO.
3 plays in a row with flags on the field here. The officials are getting their work out.
Personal foul, hands to the face, number 17, defense.
Oh, it's on UCO.
15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Man, I thought we were being held, but maybe the hands to the face occurred before that, or maybe he thought he was being held and he retaliated with hands to the face. But again, 3 big penalties against the Broncos on 3 consecutive plays. I mean, I don't know. It's
40 yards in penalties against UCO in the last 3 plays, and Missouri Southern's got it all the way down at the Bronco 24. Martin, play action, looking to throw right side, going end zone. Pass is overthrown and incomplete. He had Robinson Wayne on the wheel route on the sideline, but just overthrew him, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
How about this email, Todd? Don't want to be left out or let Mrs. Fitzgerald outdo me because I'm listening to my baby boy too. Todd's mom. Man,
we have the best attendance, perfect attendance for moms listening to our broadcast.
The family support is strong, and we appreciate that. We appreciate everybody that's listening and everyone that has emailed us, and we still got 11 minutes and 50 seconds to hear from you.
2nd down, throw left side, pass incomplete, dropped by Padello, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 now for Missouri Southern. Your mom, as we mentioned earlier, is also a Missouri Southern grandmom, right?
Well, I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess so.
That's right. We talked about earlier, your son goes to Missouri Southern, so
I guess that's how that works.
Have you and Tyler decided not to talk to each other today? Is that how that works?
So Tyler, it's funny. He's actually driving back from Joplin as we speak. I can see him on Life 360. He had to stay and work the cross-country regional, the NCAA cross-country regional this morning.
Here's Martin on 3rd down. Martin going right side towards the end zone. Pass is out of bounds and incomplete. We've got a flag down at the snap. Counting players. Got 11 on, is it an offside on UCO?
Maybe an illegal formation. It's against Missouri Southern.
Ineligible downfield.
Oh, there you go.
Offense. Penalties decline. Results of the play. 4th down.
So Tyler had actually planned to come to this game today, but then found out he had to stay and work the NCAA cross-country regional. but he also made plans with some friends here tonight. So he was like, I'm going to come home anyway. So after he worked the regional today, he's on his way back here. He's going to stay at the house tonight. So we're super excited to see him. And he won't be super excited about this score because he is a Missouri Southern fan, but it is what it is.
4th down and 10. Missouri Southern going for it, down 37-10 with 11:40 to go. Martin pressured, steps up, pumps, and he's going to be sacked. Jack Puckett, number 30, takes him down at the 30, and the Broncos get a turnover on downs. UCO gave Missouri Southern all kinds of field position with penalty after penalty, but on 4th down, Jack Puckett with the sack, and the Broncos get it back.
Just held on to that ball way too long, quarterback did. He needed to make a decision, either try to run with it or get rid of it, and the Broncos made him pay in a big way.
I just want to say real quickly, we were talking about your son going to Missouri Southern. We obviously had Todd Lamb and Stan Wagner on. You said this earlier, he loves Joplin, right? He loves going to school there, and I know a lot of people may not know this about you, but you have a track background as well, and you know how good their track program is at Missouri Southern.
They have a great throws program. Coach Brian Allen there does a great job, and he has All-Americans in just about every event on the men's and women's side every year. And I will say this too, Todd, UCO doesn't have a men's track program.
Here's Clayton Creasy in at quarterback now for UCO, and he'll give to Cottrell on a counter play. The ball comes loose. It's on the ground, picked up by Missouri Southern, and it's going to be returned all the way into the Bronco 23-yard line. Cottrell got loose with the football there, and his fumble was picked up by Sean Smith. Cottrell got grabbed across the face mask. There was no penalty for that, but then he had it raked away from him, and the Broncos give it back on the first play. You were saying about Missouri Southern.
Well, I was just saying UCO doesn't have a men's track program, so if you're listening and you're like, well, wait a minute, why are you sending him to, why is he going to rival schools? It was a non-starter situation here because the men's track program doesn't exist. And he wanted to go somewhere where there was a great javelin coach, and Missouri Southern is about as good as it gets in this region, so he's super excited and really loves it up there.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line for Missouri Southern. New quarterback for the Lions, and on the first play, there's a touchdown throw for Missouri Southern. As Chris Donahue comes in at quarterback, and he converts for a 23-yard touchdown. And Missouri Southern, in one play, converts the turnover into 7, or into 6. It'll be 7 with an extra point attempt here from Asher Huffman.
Yeah, this was almost like a final destination situation where like the gods needed Missouri Southern to score a touchdown there because they got 40 yards in penalties against the Broncos and then were still unable to convert. And so the first play, we give it right back to them with great field position, and Missouri Southern makes the Broncos pay for it with the touchdown.
Huffman's extra point is up and good. We'll take a timeout. 11:18 to go in the ball game. UCO still up big. It's Broncos 37, Missouri Southern 17. This is UCO Bronco football.
Media timeout. Media timeout.
Creasy last possession. Now that Missouri Southern has scored a touchdown, I wonder if Creasy will come out again or if the Broncos will go back to Jet Huff with it now a 3-score game again. It's a short kick, takes a big bounce into the end zone, and the Broncos will start at the 25-yard line.
Touchback.
For UCO, the Broncos have had 4 rushing touchdowns. Dev Matthews has 2 of those for the Broncos. He's run for 38 yards. Jalen Cottrell, the senior, has run for 14 carries and 87 yards and a touchdown. William Mason only has 15 yards on 7 carries, but he's got the other touchdown. Ashton Schumann, 11 catches, 119 to lead the way for the Broncos in the receiving category, and Jet Huff has thrown for 230 yards and a touchdown. Huff is back in at quarterback with Matthews to his right on first down. I know going into this season, John, we talked a lot about Jalen Cottrell and William Mason. Dev Matthews has been really good for the Broncos this year. He's sophomore out of Edmond. And Matthews will get a carry here, running left. Matthews carries a tackler out to the 29 before he's wrestled out of bounds for a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Amanda Moeller emailed us here in the booth from California, watching Eric Moeller. And she says, love listening to you both. And Sharon Jones emailed from here in Edmond and says she wants to give a shout out to her hubby, Al Jones. Of course, Al Jones, if you're a UCO Bronco person needs no introduction. He's a legend around here, was a student trainer back in the 62 National Championship team, and is about the purest bronze and blue Bronco you'll ever meet. And Al Jones is someone we all love and admire. And Sharon, we're glad that you emailed us here in the booth. UCOradio@gmail.com.
Matthews on 2nd and 7, running left, gets across the 30 to about the 32, and we've got a flag coming in at the end of this play, and we'll see who this one's on.
That official was trying to set a record for how high he could throw that flag. You said there's a flag coming in. I looked up, and it still wasn't halfway to the ground.
Montrell Lee looks upset, so I'm going to guess it's
after
on
the
him.
play. Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 54, defense. His first quarter's qualification. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, and an automatic first down.
Well, he's upset.
That's why he was upset. He might have been the one who was
upset with number 54.
Unsportsmanlike conducted.
That's Darius Jackson, who's listed at 6'3", 320. But if he's 320, that's because that's as high as the scale went. He's a big man.
Then I also weigh 320 for what it's worth. First down from the 47-yard line for the Broncos here. It's fourth quarter just kind of dragging along. UCO right now has the game in hand, but after that fumble and the Missouri Southern touchdown, Broncos would like to reestablish a 4-score lead. Here's a handoff to Matthews, who cuts this one from right back up the middle and only gains a couple from the 47 up to the 49. It'll be 2nd down and 8. I know we're in a booth here. We've got the windows open. You can feel it a little bit, though, John. The cold front is on its way here to central Oklahoma, and it is absolutely ripping out of the north right now, the wind is.
Yeah, and I'm here for it, Todd. I know you are, too. It's only going to last a couple of days, but then it'll be back in the 70s, which is also beautiful weather. But the next couple of days is going to be jacket weather, and you were talking about maybe putting some chili on the stove tomorrow, and I think that sounds like a great idea. I'll be over about noon.
2nd down from the 49-yard line for UCO. Handoff, Matthews running left. Matthews follows the wave of blockers across midfield to the Missouri Southern 47 for a gain of 4. That'll set up a 3rd down and about 4.5 here for the Broncos. As Braden Turner will check back in at tight end for UCO. See what the Broncos dial up here on a 3rd and 4. UCO in no hurry as the clock rolling with 8:45 to go. By the way, we were talking about this during the last break, but Pittsburgh State has extended their lead 44-21 now in Central Missouri. Huff will throw on 3rd down over the middle, pass high in the air. What a grab! Ashton Schumann went up and high points that one at the 31-yard line over a leaping defender, and the Broncos have a 3rd down conversion and a 1st down on the gain of 16.
Just a ridiculous catch, because Jet Huff throws the ball hard, and if you have to go up high to get that, you've got to have a great set of hands to bring it in, especially when you're under that kind of defensive pressure, and Schumann did exactly that. We've seen him do that a lot this year and last year for the Broncos.
Schumann having another big game, 12 catches for 135 now for the sophomore out of League City, Texas. 1st and 10 from the Missouri Southern 31. Handoff Matthews up the middle, and that hole closes quickly. He gains a couple of yards as Demarion Brownlee makes the tackle after a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Email in from Deandra Polk, who wants us to shout out Draper Parker from Missouri Southern, so we will do that, Deandra. Deandra is Draper's mom, and also mentions his grandmother, Doris Polk, here in the email from Sugar Land, Texas. And we're glad they reached out to us here, ucoradio@gmail.com.
2nd down, 8 Broncos. I think UCO is going to use a timeout here with a little over 7 minutes to play. Adam Dorrell is going to use his first timeout of this quarter. We will keep it right here during this timeout with 7:05 to go. UCO up 37-17.
Todd, I got an email in early in the game from Nancy Bollinger, and we shouted her out. She actually goes to church with Messenger, Kason Messenger
yep.
from Missouri Southern. And we said, hey, Nancy, from Cheney, Kansas, good, thanks for emailing us. Well, Nancy emails us again and says, hey, did your dad play football at Friends University?
Talking to you.
He's talking to me. And I said, yes, he did. Do you know him? And she said, I do know him. He was best friends with my brother, John Robbins, growing up. Todd, I'm named after John Robbins. John Robbins passed away.
What a small world, huh?
John Robbins passed away in a car accident when they were young adults. And I'm named after John Robbins. And so this lady who emailed us is the sister of John Robbins, who I'm named after, and didn't know that when she sent the email, or didn't know that that it was me when she sent the first email, giving a shout out to Case and Messenger. So what a small world. And Nancy, I'm so glad that you made that connection for me. It's so special to hear from you, and your family is so special to our family, and my parents will be so excited to hear that you reached out, and what a funny coincidence.
So the Broncos have it out of the timeout, 2nd and 8 at the 29. Clayton Creasy back in at quarterback as Creasy fakes a handoff and keeps it up the middle. As Emmanuel Crawford in at running back now. Creasy keeps it for a gain of 3 to the 25. And I think that's what that timeout was for, John, just to put some second teamers on the field for UCO here, as UCO had done a good enough job running down the clock that Coach Doro felt confident putting the second team out there.
Yeah, with a 20-point lead and under 7 minutes to go, give these guys some experience. It's second to last game of the season. You're starting to prep some of them for next season, but you may need some of them next week. You never know with injuries and such. So
3rd and 4, handoff to Crawford, looking to bounce outside. Crawford not much there, gets to the 24. About a yard carry. It's going to be 4th down and 3. And it'd be a 41-yard field goal here for Joseph Kim. We'll see if the Broncos are going to kick a field goal or just go for it here. You mentioned your dad and Nancy, right? Did I get her name right? That went to Friends. Friends, KCAC school,
yep.
NAIA school. I played KCAC football at Ottawa. Gage Keaton, who's on the field for UCO right now, he's a transfer out of Ottawa University. So a place that I'm familiar with as well, Friends University. Broncos are going to go for it here.
They call it OU up there. Or do they?
At Ottawa, yeah.
OU. It's the OU up there.
Creasy fakes the handoff this time. Clayton Creasy keeps it. He runs inside the 20 for the first down to the 18-yard line. That is that read option that the Broncos run with Jed Huff, but Creasy keeps it a lot more. And Creasy found a crease that time and runs for a first down into the red zone.
And it's nice to see the guys moving the ball out there. Like you mentioned, this is second unit. But, they kind of chomp at the bit to get out there on the field and play some ball. And they're trying to show what they can do against another team.
Here's Crawford looking to go right, breaks a couple tackles, still on his feet, and he gets hit hard and taken down at the 15. But that was a shifty 3-yard run for Emmanuel Crawford. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Maureen Donahue reached out along with Bob and said shout out to Chris Donahue, one of the quarterbacks for Missouri Southern on his touchdown pass. They are in New York, and they also said nice commentary, guys. So
in New York City?
It just says in New York. It says in New York.
Big fan of the Big Apple myself.
Most people in New York are in New York City, but I don't want to make any assumptions.
Here's Crawford, who gets another handoff running right. Crawford to the 10. Turns back inside, gets to about the 8-yard line. He's got the first down, I believe. It's going to be close. It'll depend on the spot. It was 2nd down, so it might be 3rd and short here. But Emmanuel Crawford, the sophomore out of Grove, getting a little run. It is a first down and goal for the Broncos. Well, nope, it's 3rd down, excuse me. The near side down marker had the 1 on it. The far side's got the 3 on it. The far side's the official one, I think. And now it's got a 1 on it. Everyone's confused, John. It is 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Creasy with Crawford behind him. See if we can get Emmanuel Crawford a touchdown here. Crawford running left, looking to bounce outside. It's going to be a hold on the edge as Zane Zelny was the guilty party that time. He'll lose a yard to the 9. And the Broncos will move back for their 1st and goal play. They'll do it over again from about the 18. Jalen Cottrell coming back out, the senior, maybe to get one more touchdown for him.
well, just redeem himself after the.
There is no foul in the play. Results of the play, second down.
I think they got together and they said, yeah, he was holding, but he wasn't holding enough. And they were like, okay, because in this conference, you have to really be holding to get called for it. I was about to congratulate him for getting his money's worth, but then they picked the flag up. So that's a win for the Broncos as the officials talk through it.
Was a 1 yard loss on the play, so 2nd and goal from the 9. Cottrell is behind Creasy. And Easton Collier, the redshirt freshman tight end, to the left of Creasy. Creasy hands it to Cottrell. Missouri Southern blitz the play. Cottrell made one man miss in the backfield, but couldn't make the second man miss. He's going to lose all the way back to the 15. It's a 6-yard loss. It'll now be 3rd and goal from the 15. I think Missouri Southern saw Cottrell came in and they knew who was getting the ball.
Well, I was watching tight through the binoculars, but I thought, man, did that guy jump offside? Like he
just timed it perfect.
He must have timed it perfect because he was sprinting up there well before the snap of the ball. But yeah, they knew who was getting the football on that play.
I think that was Isaac Edwards who timed that blitz perfectly. It's Creasy now on 3rd down, looking to throw, has a man open, end zone, floats it, touchdown. Braden Turner with the touchdown grab. Clayton Creasy from 15 yards out, and the Broncos extend their lead. It's now 43-17, and Joseph Kim will come on to try to add the extra point. One of those situations where you're only throwing it when you have to up this much, and Turner got behind the defense and Creasy found it.
Well, and people can say, like, where are they throwing the football? I mean, you got to let these guys throw the football. It's college football. They need their reps, and so I don't have any, certainly no problem with the Broncos calling a pass play there, and I'm sure Missouri Southern doesn't either. They understand how it works. By the way, the Donahues are an hour north of the city in Brewster, New York.
There you go. Extra point from Joseph Kim is on the way and through. Broncos have scored 6 touchdowns today, 2 for Dev Matthews and 1 for Braden Turner. That's 3 touchdowns for Edmond kids today at Chad Richardson Stadium, including that touchdown catch by Turner. 2:28 to go. Broncos up 40. Creasy came into the game and threw for a 15-yard touchdown to Braden Turner. And now Joseph Kim will kick it away with the wind at his back. And this one will go about 8 yards deep into the end zone for a touchback. This is a stupid question I'm going to ask you here, John. How much does the wind like today? We've talked about your son who throws a javelin. How much does the wind like today affect a javelin throw?
It just depends on which way you're throwing it. In the javelin,
the crosswind, I'm guessing, is a little worse.
The javelin's funny because the prevailing logic will tell you that you want to throw into a headwind, and that it kind of takes off like an airplane does into a headwind. Some people like to throw with a tailwind better. Tyler's best throw ever came when there was no wind. So it's just kind of all over the place.
Donahue in at quarterback for Missouri Southern here, and Donahue throws behind the intended receiver. That was out there for Isaiah Green, who couldn't make the grab. It'll be 2nd and 10.
But they actually make javelins that are called headwind javelins and javelins that are called tailwind javelins, and you're supposed to pick, the one that fits the conditions. But they don't always. Some people like to throw tailwind javelins into a headwind. Like, it's a weird sport, man.
It's like Frisbee golf. You have different ones for different situations.
Yeah, it's much more expensive, I think.
Donahue will throw right side, and that one is tipped and incomplete. I think that was Darius Hampton that got his hand on that one. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Keaton Peary reached out and said, shout out to Todd, best small college radio play-by-play in the business. Keaton Peary throwing some big compliments to Todd, and he says, I miss our post-game basketball interviews. And Keaton reached out to us here, ucoradio@gmail.com.
Yeah, glad to see Keaton's doing well. Keaton's at Southern Nazarene now, coaching women's basketball, so good to see him doing well as an assistant there. I am excited for basketball to get started. Women get started next week here in Edmond as Donahue going deep right side. That one's going to be incomplete. It'll be 4th down. The Broncos will force a punt with 2:16 to play. Just real quickly, we'll mention basketball. The Broncos men's team went to Canada, opened the season with a win over Simon Fraser University, and then fell to Central Washington and Western Washington in the final 2 games. And both the men and women will be in action next weekend, the Central Region Challenge. So the UCO women will play Southwest Minnesota State, who's number 18 in the country, to open the season on Friday here in Edmond at Hamilton Fieldhouse. And then they'll play St. Cloud State on Saturday, as this kick is going to be a short one that Antoine Gilbreth will come up and make a fair catch on at the 41-yard line, where UCO will have probably their last possession of the game. The UCO men, they will be in Tahlequah for the Central Region Challenge. Northeastern State will be hosting that. UCO will play Minnesota Crookston, will be their opponent on Friday in Tahlequah. And then the men will play Arkansas Monticello on Saturday in Tahlequah at 2 p.m. So I'm going to be in Tahlequah next week for basketball. Chris Brannick is going to have the football broadcast from Missouri Western. As with 2:10 to go, the Broncos have one play to run here before the 2-minute timeout. It's a handoff to Crawford. Crawford up to the 45 to midfield. He's going to be close to a first down, a yard short, and that will take us to the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes left in this one. Broncos up big, 44-17 the score. UCO leads Missouri Southern. This is UCO Bronco football. Western.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they've kind of done it to themselves a little bit. You know, Kearney is a game that they would want back. Central Missouri is a game that they would want back. Northeastern State. I mean, those are all games that the Broncos could have and maybe should have won. And as they go into victory formation here, they're going to have to go win at Missouri Western to finish with that winning record. Disappointing season, you know, when considering it came off the heels of a conference championship last year and a second round appearance in the playoffs. But you know, things that can be learned from this season to get ready for next season. But you got to finish strong. They took step one in finishing strong today, and they have to continue that next week in St. Joe.
Yeah, the margins are fine in this conference, right? Just a few things go different ways, and UCO is still in the playoff hunt right now. Didn't help themselves any by going 0-2 in non-conference. I think both of those games were tougher than anyone thought when we originally saw them on the schedule. But UCO, with this win today, will improve to 5-3 in MIAA play, so they will at least guarantee a 500 or above 500 season in MIAA play this year. And the Broncos will be playing next week for a winning season as Clayton Creasy takes one last knee at the 49-yard line, and this clock will hit triple zeros, and the Broncos will win it today. 44-17 the final score. John, as the teams are shaking hands right now, just real quickly, your final thoughts before we get you out of here.
Man, just a good game for the Broncos today. Nice for them to end it at home with a win. They still have business to take care of on the road next week, but they give their home stadium fans a happy ending to this story with the win today, and it's senior day as well, which, you know, the seniors get a walk off of the field here at Chad Richardson Stadium one last time, celebrating a win and singing the song that they sing in the locker room, the good old Central Blue. And so, you know, just but still work to be done next week, and they'll celebrate this one and then get ready for that.
Back in 2 minutes, we'll have some final stats for you and wrap it up here from Edmond. Broncos win it today, 44-17 the final score.